outside, picking up some much-needed yards in first down.
That is the skyline of downtown South Bend. The city is alive this weekend for a big football weekend, and it all starts here at this venerable jewel on the east side called School Field. You are looking live as we get you ready for kickoff between the Elkhart Lions and the John Adams Eagles on this edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week. How you doing, everybody? Alongside the Hall of Famer Bo Hundt and my business and broadcast partner, Angelo Di Carlo, Chuck Freeby. So great to have you with us for another exciting night of high school football on Sports Michiana. The Elkhart Lions come in with a record of 5-3. That's below the standard that Trayvon Curry has for his team. But they've lost to some really good teams, and they feel like a win here tonight might be just the tonic they need to make a sectional run.
Yeah, when you look at this teams, the teams they're supposed to beat, they have all the confidence in the world. They're putting up 40, 50 points, but the teams that they're kind of even with or maybe the underdog in, they don't come out with that confidence. This is a game tonight. They're pretty evenly matched with Adams. They need to come out with that confidence that they do with the teams that they're supposed to beat.
And the second-year head coach of the Lions feels his team is going in the right direction.
I think the buy-in piece, and again, I think the discipline, our kids are starting to understand the expectation and the changes that we have to make in Elkhart for us to be a consistent power in the north and a consistent winner at the end of the day. So, again, I think the buy-in, the discipline, and just the exit, them understanding what the standard is at the end of the day. So, yeah.
But you want to talk about a team going in the right direction. That is right here at John Adams. Frank Karszewski is now in his fourth season. They have as many wins this year as they had in the first 3 years combined. How is the magic happening here on the east side?
Well, I think the first thing is the process. You have to trust it. And I think these seniors have finally bought in after some losing seasons. Now they've really got that. They got that first win. They got that second win. And now they've started to go over that hurdle. Tonight's one of the biggest hurdles they've had all year. They're going against a team that's bigger, faster, stronger, and it's going to really project how they do in the playoffs.
Frank Karszewski had success here as a player. He's starting to have it as a coach. I asked him which process was harder.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I think there are both similar situations where it took some time, and it took, consistent dedication. It's still taking consistent dedication from, kids and players. I think, maybe as I'm thinking, maybe harder as a coach, because as a player, you're with your guys, and you know that you've got this one shot, and that you've got to get it done before your senior year. And as a coach, it's more, that's we know that it's going to take time. We know it's a process, and maybe so the sense of urgency isn't quite the same as it is as a player. So. Yeah, I don't know. That's a tough question. I really hadn't thought of that before.
As usual, Angelo Di Carlo roaming the sidelines tonight. Momentum's one of those overused words in sports sometimes, especially when you're going to have a week off next week, like both of these teams getting ready for the tournament. But I have to think a win tonight is much needed for both of these teams headed into the postseason.
Well, I think because they have the week off next week, the momentum is needed here tonight for Adams. I mean, talk about they could be on a 3-game winning streak going into sectionals. Think about the confidence that will give this group to have a winning regular season going into sectionals. And then for Elkhart, they lost in week 6 to St. Joe. They lost in week 7 to Penn. They got a win back last week. Can they get going back in the right direction with 2 straight wins heading into sectionals? Those are all important things if you want to have a shot to win come sectional time.
So will the Lions roar or will the Eagles fly? We're about to find out with the Farrah Custom Roll Forming pregame show and our Lilliard Insurance Agency keys to win. Those come your way next on the Sports Michiana Game of the Week. The Sports Michiana High School Game of the Week is brought to you by Tony Letcher Health Markets, Tire Rack, Notre Dame Federal Credit Union, Big C Lumber, Barrett Custom Roll Forming, McKinnis Realty, Patrick, Reliance, the Lilliard Insurance Agency, the St. Joseph County Police Department, Babsco, Tom's Car Care Center, and these great sponsors.
Medicare plans can be confusing, but they don't have to be. I'm Tony Letcher, licensed insurance agent. I can help you compare your options because I'm appointed with many nationally recognized carriers. With my help, you can find the coverage that fits your needs and budget. I don't want you to be my client today. I want you to be my client forever. Call Tony Letcher today to schedule your free consultation or visit tletcher.com.
Shopping for tires used to really ruffle my feathers. That was before I went to TireRack.com. TireRack made it easy to identify the right tires. No more searching high and low. I got the best deal. TireRack has thousands of recommended installers. I chose a mobile installer. They brought the tires to my neck of the woods and put them on, right here in my driveway.
You're all done?
Thank you. When it's time for new tires, trust the experts. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
Ready to be part of our winning team? The St. Joseph County Police Department is hiring, and we are looking for people of all ages who want to make a difference. With a starting salary of $52,000 plus full benefits, including medical, dental, vision, and vacation, you are in control of your future. So whether you're just entering the game or looking for a new position, now is the time to get off the sideline. Learn more today at sjcpd.org.
With SurfFiber Internet, you'll catch all the big plays as they happen. The winning goal, the last-second three-pointer, the walk-off home run, the touchdown that changes everything. You'll see them all. No lag, no throttling, no buffering, no missed highlights. Just blazing fast streaming from start to finish. Whatever sport you love to watch, Surf keeps you connected. Surf Internet, built for game day and every day. Score big today with fiber internet plans starting at just $30 a month, including free Wi-Fi, free installation, all-in pricing, and price lock for life.
You don't always see the backbone of American products. You feel it. Ferret is where smart work meets hard work. We serve the USA by manufacturing purpose-built metal components that solve the problems others walk past. And we put in the work that makes fourth and long feel like first and goal. Calling all engineers and makers, past, present, and future. Your next career move begins at Ferret.
Experience the summer in style with decking from Big C Lumber. From the professional to the do-it-yourselfer, Big C will assist you through the entire deck planning process. Big C's selection of composite and PVC decking material offers durability and low maintenance, all while maintaining the look and feel of real wood. Our free delivery service ensures more of your budget is allocated toward your project. Revitalize your outdoor living space with Big C Lumber.
This edition of the Sports Michiana High School Game of the Week being brought to you in part by Ferret Custom Roll Forming. We form value. And we welcome you back to School Field in South Bend, where the John Adams Marching Band entertaining the crowd, playing the Adams fight song, and getting them ready for this one on the Ferret Custom Roll Forming pregame show. It's time now to look at our key players and keys to win, brought to you by the Lilliard Insurance Agency. We'll start with the Elkhart Lions. Micah Gerald is their quarterback. He is their leading passer and their leading rusher on the year. 1,426 yards passing and 11 touchdowns. He's also rushed for 11 touchdowns and 720 yards. Not too shabby for the transfer from Northwood. Then on the other side of the ball, they really rely heavily on Cross Jones. Their 6'2", 225-pound junior linebacker is their leading tackler with 77 stops on the year, 15 of those happening behind the line of scrimmage. The keys to win for Trayvon Curry and the Lions.
The keys to win tonight for the Lions, they need to eliminate penalties. More of the mindset of going out there and making sure they're doing the right stuff. Win the line of scrimmage up front. That's very key tonight. And improve on special teams. They believe that's an area where they can really make do in the playoffs.
If you haven't seen the Adams Eagles play this year, you're in for a treat, particularly in the running game where Carson Bryce is having a terrific year. The junior has scooted for nearly 800 yards this season and 4 touchdowns. He has had 4 100-yard games, and the Eagles are 3-1 in those contests. Huge energy guy. And then they have a young man by the name of Leighton Presbendowski, a 6'2", 180-pound junior. His impact is about as huge as his name. He plays tight end, and he's got 7 catches on that side of the ball. And on the defensive side of the ball, well, he's the leading tackler for the Eagles at middle linebacker. The returning starter has 59 stops on the year, including a big one on 4th down in their win over Riley last week. The keys to win for Frank Krzyzewski and John Adams.
The keys to win tonight for the Eagles, they need to take care of the football. They can't afford to have turnovers tonight. On the other side of the ball, they need to create turnovers and make special plays. Offense, defense, special teams, make some special plays on all 3 aspects.
Those have been the Lilliard Insurance keys to win on the Ferret Custom Roll Forming pregame show. They're waiting for the Eagles to fly out of the locker room on senior night. When they come out, we'll be ready to rock with the opening kickoff from School Field. It comes your way next on the Sports Michiana Game of the Week.
Your car carries precious cargo. It needs to be dependable, rain or shine. Let Tom's Car Care Center in South Bend help take the stress out of your car's maintenance. We'll change your oil in 10 minutes, flush your transmission, replace your wiper blades, and much more. Oil changes include a half-price car wash when needed. Welcome to your extended family, Tom's Car Care Center.
Some people see a huddle in the locker room. We see a second classroom. Some see a student athlete on the court. We see a future leader in the community. You see, high school sports in Indiana are special. That's because they're about learning and growing, not just winning and losing. Fans, I'm Commissioner Paul Neidig. Support education-based athletics in Indiana by buying a ticket to your high school's next athletic event.
Let's be honest, shopping for window treatments can be a real pain in the glass. Shades, shutters, blinds, drapes, the options are endless. Avoid expensive mistakes and return shipping with online retailers. Call the local team at Quality Window Treatments. Their entirely local process makes choosing the right look for your space easy. They bring the showroom to you during your in-person consultation. And with hands-off local installation, you never make a measurement. Visit QualityWindowTreatment.com to book your free consultation and see your space in a whole new light.
Looking to buy or sell a home in the Michiana area? Call McInnes Realty, Michiana's fastest growing real estate company where service comes first, built on knowledge, care, and community. Through our Homes for Heroes program, we proudly give back to those who serve. Firefighters, law enforcement, EMTs, military, teachers, and healthcare workers, past or present, qualify for hero rewards when they buy or sell with us. Call McInnes Realty today at 574-271-3440.
And this edition of the Sports Michiana High School Game of the Week being brought to you by Notre Dame Federal Credit Union. They're putting people over profits. School Field alive tonight for Elkhart and John Adams. As we get you ready for this one, we welcome you inside the Notre Dame Federal Credit Union broadcast booth. Chuck Freeby and Bo Hundt, and time to check on what the teams are wearing, brought to us by our friends at It's Tops.
Hey, It's Tops always sponsor what the teams are wearing tonight. The visiting team, they're not out of the locker room quite yet, but there's the Elkhart Lions. They're wearing the white jersey, white pants, gold helmets with the blue numbers and blue trim. The home team, the Adams Eagles, they get ready to line up in the tunnel there, is getting ready to run out. They're wearing the blue jerseys, white pants, white helmets with the white numbers. That's brought to you by It's Tops in Mishawaka. Learn more at itstops.net.
Adams just waiting for a signal here on senior night, and here come the Eagles. The series history between these two schools, if you take Elkhart as just one school, well, remember, there was a time before 1970 when Elkhart was one school. So actually, this series dates back to 1945. Elkhart leads the one-school Elkhart part of the series, 17-6-1. That includes a 55-14 win when the two teams played last season. The officials getting ready to meet with the teams at midfield for the coin toss reenactment. And there has been one substitute in this officiating crew tonight, and it's a veteran crew here, folks.
Veteran is the word.
The man in the white hat tonight, Tommy Tykes, is in his 45th year of officiating, and he is 83 years old, and he is one of two 83-year-olds on this crew. He's working tonight with Matt Gotch filling in for Dennis Groening, John Wilson, and the ICCL legend John Krzyzewski, along with Chuck Pointer. And the IHSA would like me to remind you that they're always looking for more officials. When you got two 83-year-olds working, you understand why.
And it's never too late to do that. They're 45th year, almost 85, so that puts them late 30s when they started getting into this. So those of you out there in your early 30s, late 30s, looking for a second job, looking for a second hobby, we could love to have you out here.
Well, and you can't have the games without the officials.
Yep.
So very necessary part of the equation out here, and we're happy that Tommy and his crew are working this game.
By the way, Chuck,
yes,
just to clarify, Tommy is actually 52nd year. His fellow 83-year-old is in his 45th year, but Tommy is actually his 52nd year as an official.
My goodness. And both of them working here tonight would certainly encourage, if you're sitting on the couch watching this, to get involved in officiating no matter the sport. The coin toss has been won by the Adams Eagles, and they have elected to defer, so Elkhart will receive down at the east end of School Field. Gives us a chance to check our weather tonight, brought to us by our friends at Trademark Irrigation, who also sponsor our series History and Factoids. It is 69 degrees here at kickoff. The wind, a gentle zephyr moving Old Glory out of the south at 8 miles an hour, and there's no chance of rain tonight. Not so sure we can say that tomorrow night for the Fighting Irish and the Trojans of USC.
As we get ready to start the first quarter, it's sponsored by Michiana-based Nimbello, is proud to support tonight's broadcast and cheers on the Adams Eagles. Nimbello helps organizations simplify their finances with smart automation because teamwork and efficiency win on and off the field. Learn how you can join the team at nimbello.com.
Elkhart 5-3, Adams 4-4. The Lions, as Bo told you over there in those white uniforms, lost the opener to Concord, then won 4 straight. Lost to St. Joe by 7 and Penn by 25. Bounced back in a big way last week with a 59-14 triumph over Marion, and they'll play in the 6A sectional. Meanwhile, for the Adams Eagles, their 4-4 record started with a win over Culver Academies. They lost to Logansport and Marion, came back, beat New Prairie in a thriller on the road, lost to St. Joe and Penn, but then they went out, they won their second straight sitting championship as they beat Washington and Riley. You are looking at a busy young man. That is Eric Garcilaso. The kicker for Adams is also the keeper on the John Adams soccer team, which will have a chance to play for a regional championship on this field right next door, the soccer field, tomorrow afternoon. So Garcilaso hoping to have a huge weekend here for the Adams Eagles. Frankie Willis, one of the deep men for Elkhart. Toe meets leather. We get to play football in South Bend on a Friday night, and the opening kickoff's brought to us by Babsco. Frankie Willis from his 2. Willis looking for room to run, and may have had the benefit of a block in the back, but it wasn't called, and Willis will slide down at the 45-yard line, and Elkhart will have it 1st and 10.
Leave it to the goalkeeper to not let anything get by him.
So Garcilaso comes over and makes the stop as you get another look from our friends at OSMC, and right there was the block that I thought might have been the block in the back. Wasn't called that way, and then Willis saw Garcilaso there and said, discretion's the better part of valor. 1st and 10 from the 45-yard line for this Elkhart offense. Micah Gerald is the quarterback with Alfonso Newbern as his running back to his right. And it's Newbern off the left side, and it closes up quickly as coming over to make the stop for Adams that time was Lamar Shaw, the 5'11", 260-pound junior who has really taken advantage of increased playing time this year. The starting lineup for Elkhart, brought to us by Sanders Pianowski, has Gerald at quarterback with Newbern as the running back. It's a talented receiving corps featuring Tayshawn Bardo, who just decommitted from Wisconsin. The offensive line has a veteran up there in Kyle Summer, the senior tackle. On the run, it's Newbern again. and he's able to get forward into Adams territory at the 48. It'll be a 3rd and 3 as we get a chance to meet the John Adams defense. And along that front line, they have 16 sacks with Franklin Passwater and Lamar Shaw leading the way. Presbendowski in the middle. Keep an eye on Carson Bryce, the junior defensive back. Gerald throws to Newbern, who tried to make a one-hand catch and couldn't. It'll be 4th down and 3 for Elkhart.
Had plenty of room if he was able to receive that catch. Just a little hard on the throw. Looks like they're going to line up, possibly go for this in this situation. Yeah, running on the punter here.
Camden Kimball is the punter for Elkhart, and he'll have to come out and boot it away. Adams has been very dangerous in the return game this year. Carson Bryce has kick returns and punt returns for touchdowns this year.
He's a very dangerous man, multi-functional, offensive, and special teams as well. Just has the knack to find the hole.
Kimball averages about 37 yards a kick. Long count, they hope to draw Adams offside. Didn't work, and Kimball's kick is boomed and goes into the end zone for the touchback, so Adams will have it 1st and 10 at its own 20-yard line to start with 10:45 to go here in the first quarter.
Hart City Health in Elkhart cheers on the Lions. Hart City Health is a federal qualified health center providing affordable, high-quality medical, dental, and behavioral health care to residents of Elkhart County. Learn more at heartcityhealth.org.
By the way, I think I might have said that soccer game on Saturday is here. It's actually over at Penn. They've got a girls-boys doubleheader for the regional. Adams with the football. Caden Keene is the quarterback. The sophomore has completed 50% of his passes this year. 7 interceptions, 3 touchdowns, and he has a talented running back behind him in the pistol in Carson Bryce. Keene rolls out to his right, throws, and it went right through the arms of Caston Keene, his senior brother and intended receiver.
These two teams are going to be very identical. They're going to line up. They're going to look to pass, look to run option. They're going to try to spread it out a little bit. So they're going to look very similar in offensive styles.
We'll set the Adams offense after the second down play. You see Kane Goddard check into the game, number 16, and he'll line up in a slot. 2nd and 10 for the Eagles. And it's Carson Bryce with a nice cut up the field, and he picks up about 5 on the carry. And we get a chance to meet this Adams offense led by Bryce and Keene. They've got a nice receiver in Clay Kimbrough. Along the front, returning starters in that offensive line include Tursunovich, Holycross, and Goddard. It'll be 3rd and 5 for the Eagles at their own 25. Lennox Benton goes wide to the bottom of your screen. In fact, you can't even see him right now. Caston Keene in the slot. Caden Keene, the quarterback. Cross Jones showing blitz. It was stopped. Keene keeps it himself, and he got the first down as they move the chains at the 31-yard line. It's sponsored by Portage Township trustee Jason Critchlow, and a first down for Adams gives us a chance to meet the Elkhart defense. Along that front line, Amarian Kemery has had a nice year this year with 38 stops. Jones and Roberts are 2 terrific linebackers in the middle of that core. And in the secondary, keep an eye on Chase Bussert. The 3-year starter is one of the Elkhart captains and a senior. 1st and 10 after Keene scrambled for 6. And Keene rolls to his left this time and ran into traffic, and that was a painful decision for a loss of 3. Cross Jones was there and had him in the crosshairs.
Yeah, it looked like he kind of rushed that play a little bit. Here you can see on the OSMC replay, he kind of rolled out, and he was looking to run right away. He wasn't looking to set up to look for any receivers downfield and kind of run right into the defender.
Actually, Jones spun off of the man that was blocking him and got him with his back. Not his front.
Mm-hmm.
But at 225 pounds, that's a pretty big back to run into.
He takes up some space.
He is a strong young man. He benches 310 and he squats 475. 2nd down and 13 now for Adams. Caston Keene, the man in motion. It's Carson Bryce on the carry trying to follow Caston Keene, and it's well strung out by this Elkhart defense as Josiah Gladden, the senior, was able to get to the outside and make the stop that time behind the line of scrimmage for his 7th tackle for loss this season.
Great job by Elkhart spreading that out a little bit. Carson had a hole up the middle instead of cutting and coming upfield and going north-south, which we call it. This field's actually east-west. He would have got some more yardage, but he tried to bump it outside, and Elkhart did a great job of extending that play.
Third down and what would appear to be a passing situation for the Eagles. Caden Keene out of the gun. Steps to his right. Now looks to run. Got by Cross Jones. Keene can't get by Chase Bussard, who gets him with a solid tackle at the 32-yard line after a pickup of 4.
Nice hit by Chase Bussard. Just a great job of wrapping up. Here you can see on the OSMC instant replay, just a great job. Here you can see him coming out, holding the outside, putting his head in front. Great form tackle there by Chase.
Boy, that was really textbook from Bussard, his 67th tackle of the season. Sets up a punting situation for Eric Garcilazo. And Garcilazo takes a bit of a high snap, but gets off a booming punt. Frankie Willis will let it hit and scoop it up at his 22. Willis looking for room to run, gets spun around and finally brought down at, well, they're still pushing him in a rugby scrum, and finally he goes down at around the 40-yard line. An 18-yard return off the Garcilazo punt. 7:02 to go in the first. We have no score. You're watching high school football on Sports Michiana. Back in 30 seconds.
My name's Elizabeth, and I've been a member of the Notre Dame Credit Union for about 37 years. I had been driving a Prius, and I liked the Prius. But unfortunately, I live on a hill, and when it snows, I had a problem. So I called the credit union, told them I needed a new car. We did everything over the phone and the internet, picked up the car, and it was all done in less than a week. I would recommend the Notre Dame Federal Credit Union without question.
Paul at its own 40-yard line in a scoreless first quarter. Micah Gerald looking to throw, now under pressure, and down he goes at the 36-yard line as Adams gets its 17th sack of the season.
What a great job of getting pressure. They were looking for Tayshawn Bardo deep. This is the first time they were looking for him. Adams, first off, did a great job of having a guy over the top with the man-to-man on Bardo, which allowed the pressure to get to the quarterback at that time.
John Bond comes in and gets the sack on Gerald for the loss of 4, and it's 2nd and 14. Low snap. Gerald was able to handle that, but here comes Adams again. And Gerald, running for his life, takes it up to the 42-yard line for a pickup of 6. And Gerald has often had to scramble behind this Elkhart offensive line that has given up a ton of sacks this season.
At halftime, we'll chat with our Student Athletes of the Week, presented by Tony Letcher. Tony is a lifelong resident of Michiana and a licensed insurance agent with Health Markets. If you need insurance, Tony's your guy. Google Tony Letcher Health Markets to connect.
It is 3rd and 8 for the Lions. Play action. They get it off to Tayshawn Bardo, and Bardo is bottled up after a pickup of 4. It'll be 4th down and decision time for Trayvon Curry and Elkhart.
Hey, guys, you bring up getting home to the quarterback. That's one of the keys that Adams really felt all week long would give them a chance to be in this game, is be able to get to the quarterback, especially on 1st and 2nd down, as a weakness for Elkhart this season. And so far, so good for the Adams Eagles in terms of the pressure they've been able to provide.
We have an injured player down on the field, so we'll take a break. You're watching high school football on Sports Michiana.
Founded in 2001 by brothers Sam and Levi, Reliance has built a reputation for excellence, providing high-quality home building and renovation services to the Michiana area. From single-room renovations like kitchens and bathrooms to building your dream home from the ground up, everything benefits from their decades of experience. From concept to completion, Reliance makes even the largest projects simple and hassle-free. To find out more, visit RelianceDBR.net. Reliance. Design, build, renovate.
And this edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you by Tire Rack. TireRack.com is the way tire buying should be. Franklin Passwater was the injured Adams Eagle. He came off the field under his own power. 4th and 4, and Elkhart punts as Kemble puts the boot to it. Carson Bryce will watch it hit at the 20-yard line, takes an Elkhart roll, and it will go all the way inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. What a great punt by Kemble, as it's a 46-yard boot with no return.
Elkhart's done a great job of really controlling the field position here early in the first quarter, not really giving anything to the Adams Eagles, punting a couple times at midfield, not going for it on 4th down. Just a great job of pinning them back in their own territory for their first 2 drives.
A lot of conference championship games around the area tonight. One of them is the Three Rivers, where Rochester takes a 14-0 lead on Mechaniqua in the first quarter. It is 1st and 10 from the 9-yard line for South Bend John Adams. They will put Caden Keene under center. And Keene wanted to turn around and hand off to Carson Bryce, but Bryce was on the wrong side, and Keene has to scramble back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Patients trust OSMC because they deliver more than treatment. They provide care that's accessible, high quality, and transparent. Get the care you need when you need it. Visit osmc.com or their OrthoCare walk-in clinic in Granger off of University Drive.
2nd and 10. Adams rotating some different linemen into the game right now. And we'll see if they can pop something open in their running game, which Elkhart has done a pretty good job of stymieing. They allowed 1 first down, and that's been it. Keene gives it off to Carson Bryce, and a ton of white jerseys are sitting there waiting for him at the line of scrimmage. Cross Jones led the way that time, and he had plenty of help, as Luke Lee comes in and makes the stop at defensive end.
John Adams students have the opportunity to participate in the International Baccalaureate Program, AP Dual Credit, and Career and Technical Education courses. The class of 2025 saw students attend more than 62 universities, and graduates earn more than $8 million in grants and scholarships. Applications to attend John Adams High School next year open on October 29th.
That International Baccalaureate program, very successful for John Adams. Jones showing blitz. Bryce was able to run by him, but not enough of the other Eagles. And then a late flag comes in as the tackle is made at the 13, 14-yard line. But we'll have to see what the flag is. I think it might be a face mask. And if it is, that might be enough to get Adams the first down. Personal foul, face mask on Elkhart. It's a Portage Township trustee, Jason Critchlow. First down for the Adams Eagles.
One of the keys to wins for Elkhart was eliminate penalties. Well, that was a costly one for Elkhart right there, getting Adams a first down and out of the red zone.
A lot of pink from the students tonight as they do their best to create breast cancer awareness here this month at Adams High School. The students were out in force at the soccer game on Wednesday night, and they're here tonight as well. 1st and 10 from the 27. And it's a handoff. I believe that's Kane Goddard on the carry this time, and Goddard was able to get up to the 30-yard line for a pickup of 3. You'll meet him at halftime, one of our Tony Letcher Health Market Student Athletes of the Week.
At Sanders Pianowski, professional service to their clients is their first and compelling priority. The firm of Sanders Pianowski wish both teams well in tonight's game. Serving the community for decades and decades to come, Sanders Pianowski on the Riverwalk in downtown Elkhart.
2nd down, we'll call it 7. Right from the Eagle 30. Goddard the tail of the tandem here. And it's Goddard on the handoff, trying to go right up the middle, and he got enough of a hole to pick up about 3 or 4 yards. Elkhart with some punishing hits, but Goddard was able to take the blow. He's one of the captains on this John Adams team. Meanwhile, it was Elliott Sanders on the stop that time for Elkhart.
Reminder, our first quarter is sponsored by Nimbello. Learn how you can join the team at nimbello.com.
Adams looking at a 3rd and 4. Goddard still in there at running back. And it's Goddard again with the handoff off the left side. He couldn't get to the first down sticks, though. He stopped at the 35, and Frank Karseski has a decision to make here on 4th and 2. He's talking with his offensive coordinator, Craig Redmond, and it looks like Adams is going to go for it. Goddard, meanwhile, is the injured player down on the field, so we'll take another timeout. It is 0-0 between Elkhart and Adams with 1:39 to go in the first quarter. You're watching high school football on Sports Michiana.
Finding private health insurance can be stressful. What if it didn't have to be? I'm Tony Letcher, licensed insurance agent. I prefer to personally meet with my clients so I can get a better understanding of your needs and budget. I can even review your current coverage. I don't want you to be my client today. I want you to be my client forever. Call Tony Letcher today to schedule your free consultation or visit tletcher.com.
Still wrestling with wire spools? Tap out. Babsco's got this. Meet the Spool Pro. Wire spooling made simple. It handles large reels with ease. Built for durability and convenience because your time matters. Save time and reduce waste with precision. Customizable settings for any job, big or small. Don't wait for innovation. It's already here. Built smarter and stronger with you in mind. Call Babsco to get yours today.
This edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you by McKinnis Realty. That's realty with a purpose. King Goddard hobbling on the sidelines after coming off the field. Fortunately, he was able to walk off under his own power. But a big 4th down situation here for Adams, and it looks like Frank Karshevsky's going to show some confidence in this offensive line and go for it here on 4th and 2.
At least they're going to line up for it. They might try to draw him offside. Late receiver coming into the game.
That's Jacob Wallen lining up in an eligible position. Carson Bryce is back in the game at tailback. Jeffrey Seitz in motion, and Elkhart jumped. Just as you expected.
Yeah. Eliminate penalties. Coach Curry talked about that before the game and all week. Eliminate penalties for Elkhart. The second penalty enforced first down, sponsored by Portage Township trustee Jason Critchlow. But the second time this drive alone that Elkhart has given Adams a first down on penalties.
This drive started all the way back at the Adams 9. They're still in their own territory at the 40, but they get another gift there from Elkhart, and we'll see if the Eagles can take advantage of it. Wallen in motion. Play action. Keene fires, and it's bobbled and dropped. Lennox Benton had it in his hands and couldn't hang on.
Benton wide open there. Here you can see on the OSMC replay. Great job by Keene getting the ball up to him. Just turned, took his eyes off the ball. Got to catch it first before you put it away.
2nd and 10 now as you take a look over on the Elkhart sidelines. And you see Frank Karshevsky with the headset on coming towards you in blue. Former Adams quarterback who couldn't be too happy with the way the receivers handled that situation. Adams resetting the formation, play clock down to 1, and they did not get it off. A timeout is called by John Adams. It's sponsored by the South Bend Community Schools. 57 seconds to go in the first. No score at School Field between Elkhart and Adams on Sports Michiana.
Shopping for tires used to really rub me the wrong way. That was before I went to TireRack.com. TireRack's tire decision guide made it easy to find the right tires. Talk about secret sauce. You might ask, well, you bought them. Now how are you going to put them on? No problem. TireRack has thousands of recommended installers. I chose one that does mobile installation. A technician brought the tires right to my house. He's installing them now.
Almost finished, Herb. Take your time.
I'm just marinating. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
The Sports Michiana Game of the Week brought to you in part by the St. Joseph County Police Department. Join the team and help protect and serve our community. Adams looking at a 2nd and 10 from its own 40-yard line. The pitch to Carson Bryce, and trickery, but it nearly failed for Adams. Instead, the Eagles live to fight another day. They'll take the 8-yard loss, but my goodness, Elkhart had a golden opportunity right there.
Here you're going to see on the OSMC replay, first off, great job of getting pressure up the field. I think that really is what disturbed that pitch. But if you look down the field, if they were able to make that pitch back, they had 2 wide receivers down the field wide open that they were going to do the double reverse pass down the field.
Instead, the poor execution leads to a loss of 8. But Elkhart's defense, which had 6 turnovers last week against Marion, had a great opportunity there and couldn't cash it in. Adams does have to make the snap before the quarter ends. They'll keep it conservative, and Carson Bryce is stopped by Elliott Sanders at the 30-yard line. A loss of 2 as the first quarter comes to an end. Here at historic School Field in South Bend, Elkhart and Adams are locked in a scoreless battle. You're watching high school football on Sports Michiana.
In need of an award? Call Crown Trophy of Mishawaka, the area's premier award provider. They've been serving the area since 2001 with cutting-edge exclusive products, personalized with state-of-the-art laser engraving technology. And Crown Trophy has more than just trophies. They offer corporate, sales, and retirement awards, along with personalized gifts and promotional products. Crown Trophy, nationally known, locally owned, where everyone's a winner.
Medicare plans can be confusing, but they don't have to be. I'm Tony Letcher, licensed insurance agent. I can help you compare your options because I'm appointed with many nationally recognized carriers. With my help, you can find the coverage that fits your needs and budget. I don't want you to be my client today. I want you to be my client forever. Call Tony Letcher today to schedule your free consultation or visit tletcher.com.
This edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week brought to you in part by Tony Letcher with Health Markets, the right coverage at the right price. Second quarter, we'll start with that young man, Eric Garcilaso, punting the ball away here for the Adams Eagles. The keeper from the soccer team hits a high spinning punt off the side of his foot, and it takes an Elkhart bounce, and it goes out of bounds in Adams territory at the 41, only an 11-yard punt. And right now, Anj, that would seem to be the biggest break of the game for Elkhart as we come to Angelo for a Patrick Sideline report.
Yeah, certainly Elkhart's winning the field position battle, so that's the big positive for them. But in terms of Adams, they just wanted this to be a low-scoring game that they could hang in there, that they could make some first downs, sustain some drives. They've been able to do that, so they've limited Elkhart's ability to have those big playmakers make plays so far in offense, and now that Adams defense has to do it again here on this drive.
You wonder if Elkhart can get an explosive play here, but in order to do that, they've got to offer some protection for Micah Gerald.
Well, I think that's the biggest thing. They had to offer protection, but the other thing is Adams is playing one under on Bordeaux and one over the top as well, so it might have to be to somebody else.
The snap, Gerald drops it, and Adams has it. The Eagles come up with a fumble recovery as Adams pounces on the loose ball. Malachi Dudley, the defensive end, with his first fumble recovery of the year. You see it again on the OSMC replay.
Great job by the Adams Eagle defense. Key to win tonight for their defense, create turnovers. There's the first one of the night. Huge turn of events here for the Adams Eagles.
So now Adams gets the ball back, puts that Elkhart defense that's been on the field for quite a bit back on their heels at the Adams 45-yard line, and we'll see if the Eagles can now take advantage.
South Bend Schools, strategic, innovative, and driven in shaping future leaders since 1867. Enroll today, thrive tomorrow. Visit sb.school/enrollment. Go Adams.
1st and 10 now for John Adams. Little delay setting the ball here as they'll finally set it down at the 45-yard line. Gives us a chance to check the McInnes Realty Around the Area scoreboard. Niles on top of Plainwell, 14-0, and over at Father Bly Field. Penn has an early 7-0 lead on St. Joe.
Portage Township trustee Jason Critchlow and his office are committed to helping individuals and families facing moments of crisis in our community. Learn more at portage-township.com or stop by their office located at 340 Columbia Street in downtown South Bend, just behind the post office. Go Eagles.
And now Penn has extended the lead on St. Joe to 14-0 in the first. Here it's 0-0. First and 10 for Adams at its own 45. Keene, the quarterback, looking for somewhere to run. They double-team Cross Jones, and Keene just throws it away.
Really good idea for Keene there to just get rid of the ball, throw it away out of the pocket. Had pressure up the field. Instead of forcing something in there and a possible turnover, just get it out.
Caden Keene's a bright young man, 4.1 GPA, honor roll student, and walked out with his brother tonight for senior night because his brother, Caston Keene, one of the numerous seniors on this Adams squad. Frank Karszewski, talking to me before the game, talked about this is the first class he's had all the way through for all 4 years, and he really feels it's the tightest team that he has had in terms of the bond that they have with one another. On 2nd and 10, Keene wants to throw again. He's going deep, but there's nobody out there. He desperately overthrew Clay Kimbrough.
Looked like the route was supposed to go more upfield, but a great job by the defender kind of forcing the under route. Keene, just a sophomore, was thrown to the route rather than the receiver.
And fortunately, nobody else from Elkhart ran the route. So it'll be 3rd and 10 as both offenses struggling here in the first half. In fact, Elkhart has not had a first down yet for Hart City Health. Third and 10 now for the Eagles. Keene pumps. Now is going to run to his right and fires a little bit low. Has his man out there, but it's short of the first down marker. As it looked like Lennox Benton was able to make the grab that time in Elkhart territory at the 48. It'll be 4th and 3.
Looks like they're sending on extra offensive linemen out here.
Well, Adams has a lot of pride in this offensive line. They have run the ball for an average of 139 yards a game this year.
Putting them in the backfield.
And a jumbo package here for the Eagles in front of Carson Bryce. And Bryce trying to run behind those big linemen. Powers forward, but he's short of the first down. He had to get to the 45. He stopped at the 46, and the Elkhart defense is held.
What a great job by the defense, holding there, bending, not breaking to the point, giving up a few yards. Great job by the linebackers coming up.
Boy, they did a wonderful job that time as that defense for Elkhart.
They called that a first down, guys.
Well, no, it's a first down, but they're pointing the other way.
Oh, well, they just confused everybody down here. The fans all thought it was, they changed it. They confused. I think they might have pointed to the wrong direction at one point, and the chains must have moved or something like that.
Trust me, from up here we could tell it was easily a yard short of the marker. So Elkhart does get the ball back. Xavier Roberts was in on that stop along with Cole Bell that time for Elkhart. And it'll be 1st and 10, and we'll see if Micah Gerald can hang on to the ball here and make something happen. He'll give it to Alfonso Newbern, and Newbern, who can scoot, is off to the races. Newbern finally shoved out of downs in Adams territory at the 31-yard line. That's a pickup of 23 for the Elkhart Speedster.
Great job by Newbern getting upfield, picking up the first Hart City Health first down for Elkhart, moving those chains. Looks like they're trying to hurry up offense, catch Adams out of sync here a little bit.
Pickup of 23 that time for Newbern. Puts him over 700 yards for the season, and they'll go right back to him here behind some great blocking. Newbern up the field and to the 18-yard line for a pickup of 15. Another Hart City Health first down.
Alfonso, quick feet, getting upfield, hitting those holes hard. Just a great job there, giving them a burst explosion of energy here.
It is 1st and 10 from the 18 for the Lions, who have found some life behind this running game, so they'll keep going to it. And Newbern finally tripped up that time after a pickup of 3. A nice stop that time by Franklin Passwater, the defensive end.
For more than 40 years, Tire Rack has been helping people find the right tires for how, what, and where they drive. They're nationally known and locally run by an outstanding team that believes in supporting the Michiana community. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
Again, a jumbo formation for Elkhart. They'll put Jordan Kiner, the tight end, in motion, and Newbern runs that way, following his blockers, headed towards the end zone, and he's down at the 3-yard line.
Another Hart City Health first down for the Elkhart Lions. Moving those chains, getting right back up the line. Alfonso Newbern, every single carry this drive.
6 carries, 60 yards on the night for Newbern. He only has to go 3 more to get it to the promised land. And it's Newbern thrown down behind the line of scrimmage. What a play. Leighton Prisbandowski came racing in on a blitz and made the stop for a loss of 2.
Leighton's like, I had enough. I've had enough of Newbern. Great job of coming around there, knowing where the ball is going to go. He sold out, probably had the responsibility of the quarterback, but just sold out on that play.
It'll be 2nd and goal from the 5. Let's see if they keep single coverage on Bardo here at the bottom of the screen. Gerald keeps it himself right up the middle for the touchdown. Micah Gerald's 12th touchdown of the year. Takes it to the promised land for Elkhart, and the Lions take a 6-0 lead.
Great call by Elkhart. Great call by Gerald on the read option there of keeping him himself. Everybody was focused on Newbern. Gerald right up the middle, nobody touched him. Touchdown, Elkhart.
And Gerald's not a small figure at 6'4", 215. You get that head of steam going. Not too many people want to get in front of him.
The Elkhart Athletic Club is a nonprofit organization that supports Elkhart High School athletics and students. They organize an annual tailgate, sell spirit apparel, plan a trivia night, provide hospitality suites, and award scholarships to seniors, and even sponsor streaming broadcasts like tonight. Go Lions from the Elkhart Athletic Club.
Camden Kimball's extra point is up and good, and with 8:52 to go in the first half, Elkhart strikes first. They take a 7-0 lead on Adams on Sports Michiana.
Shopping for tires used to really ruffle my feathers. That was before I went to TireRack.com. TireRack made it easy to identify the right tires. No more searching high and low. I got the best deal. TireRack has thousands of recommended installers. I chose a mobile installer. They brought the tires to my neck of the woods and put them on, right here in my driveway.
You're all done?
Thank you. When it's time for new tires, trust the experts. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
Ready to be part of our winning team? The St. Joseph County Police Department is hiring, and we are looking for people of all ages who want to make a difference. With a starting salary of $52,000 plus full benefits, including medical, dental, vision, and vacation, you are in control of your future. So whether you're just entering the game or looking for a new position, now is the time to get off the sideline. Learn more today at sjcpd.org.
And this edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you by Reliance. They are uniquely crafted to fit your lifestyle. Part of the crowd here at School Field in South Bend on a beautiful night for football. Temperature in the upper 60s, nice little breeze coming through. And Camden Kimball getting ready to put the boot to it for Elkhart. Lions lead at 7-0. The kick taken by Adams Caston Keene back at the 2. Keene trying to get to the sideline. He gets knocked out of bounds at the 18-yard line on the escort from Colbell.
Williams Family Chiropractic Clinic in Granger is a family-focused practice that treats newborns to professional athletes and everyone in between. They offer a high-level chiropractic care, digital x-ray diagnostics, and non-surgical spinal decompression. Google Williams Family Chiropractic Clinic to learn more.
Up in Michigan, the St. Joe Bears with a 22-6 lead on Battle Creek Central. That game in the second on the McInnes Realty Around the Area scoreboard. Mishawaka on top of Wawasee, 21-0. That's in the second over at Steel Stadium. The snap, And the handoff goes to Carson Bryce, and Bryce puts his head down and is able to pick up 4 before the Elkhart defense was able to surround him. It is rare that you hear the opposing team talking as glowing terms as Elkhart talked about Carson Bryce this week.
Yeah, they really gave him some props and really talked about how well he runs and how hard he runs. And as a running back, you feel that from the other team, and you want to make sure that they understand that you are that good of a running back when they come out and perform then.
Now, Bryce played youth football, he said, with almost the entire Elkhart team, so it's understandable why he might be a little more of a beloved figure in the opponent's locker room. Here's Keene rolling out and throwing, made a nice throw, and it's dropped. His brother Caston had it in his hands and couldn't come up with it.
Second drop of the night by an Adams receiver. Hey, you want to help your team look great? It's Tops Can Help. They're the official outfitter for a number of local schools and even Sports Michiana. They can do a lot more than just clothes. Learn more at itstops.net.
Second quarter over at Foreman Field in Goshen, and the Redhawks in Northwood are tied at 14 in the second quarter. Here it's a 3rd and 7 now for Adams. The Eagles have had 2 first downs tonight based on Elkhart penalties. Trying to earn one here, and they do. Carson Bryce with the explosion up the middle, and he takes it up to the 36-yard line. A pickup of 13.
A great first down sponsored by Portage Township trustee Jason Critchlow. Great job by Carson getting up the field, just running hard in that hole, picking up that first down, moving the chains, exactly what the Eagles needed here late in the second quarter after that score by Elkhart.
Cash Holycross and Aideen Tursanovich were able to open up the hole that time for Bryce, who now has 6 carries for 21 yards. Wallen in motion for Adams. Caden Keene rolls out, and that one's dropped by Jacob Wallen. That's 4 drops tonight for Adams.
Call Trademark Irrigation for all your lawn sprinkler system needs, installation, service, or to get your winter blowout scheduled. Trademark Irrigation has been serving Michiana since 1999. Visit trademarkirrigation.com to learn more.
Down at Lucas Oil Stadium, Concord with a 10-0 lead on Plymouth in that one. By the way, I appreciate Trademark Irrigation being on the team. You know, if it's good enough for the Di Carlo family, it's good enough for you. 2nd and 10. Keene throws this one. It's caught, this time by Lennox Benton, and Benton is able to take it up for about a pickup of 1 or 2 that time.
Almost looked like that might have been a backwards pass, which in the books would be a run. Biggest thing was if he didn't catch that ball.
What would have happened?
Yep. Got to get on that one. Hey, locally owned Central Automotive in downtown South Bend, your answer for oil changes, brakes, air conditioning repair, general maintenance, and more. Check them out at Lafayette and Colfax. Central Automotive, we're here for all your automotive needs.
Another game in the NIC tonight. New Prairie with a 7-0 lead on South Bend, Washington, early at AMC Miller Field. 3rd and 8. Elkhart showing a little blitz. Keene, though, with time, now scrambles. Can he get away? No, he can't. The blitzer was able to get him that time as Elkhart comes rushing in. And making the hit that time for the Elkhart Lions was Van Ottman, the linebacker. His first sack of the season.
There you can see on the OSMC replay, just a great job hanging on to Keene, making sure he wasn't able to spin out of that, waiting for backup to get there, and forcing Adams to punt again here in the second quarter.
Garcilaso has been a busy man, and of course he only had an about 11-yard punt his last time. Frankie Willis stands back at his own 30, waiting for Elkhart. Floating snap, but Garcilaso hits a howitzer this time that Willis will field on the run at the 35. Look out, he's dangerous. Willis cut him down in Elkhart or in Adams territory at the 49. A 16-yard return for Frankie Willis.
Southwind Flooring is proud to support tonight's broadcast. Visit their showroom located in Shipshewana or online at southwindflooring.com. Southwind Flooring, the perfect foundation to your dreams.
Elkhart finally had some rhythm on offense in that last possession, going lot to Alfonso Newbern. Let's see if they go back to that.
Yeah, I mean, he was just such a spark plug there and really gave him some opportunities. Looks like he's going to take a break for this series, though.
They bring in Dimitri Pulliam, the backup, a senior. Willis in motion, and it's Willis on a counter play, and Frankie Willis is off to the races, tripped up by Passwater, the defensive end, after a pickup of 15 and a first down for Hart City Health.
That was just a great run up the middle. Here you can see on the OSMC replay, great job, a little counter play to the backside, hits the blockers right on the back. Big first down pickup for Elkhart.
1st and 10 from the Eagle 34. Still 5:20 to go here, first half. Gerald on play action has a man wide open down the field, airs it out, and it is caught for the touchdown. Tayshawn Bardo with the touchdown grab for Elkhart, his 4th of the season.
He could have thrown that to Bardo or Willis. Both of them were wide open down the field. He chose Bardo, and for the Adams Eagles, how do you let two receivers get over the top of you like that?
They had been sucked into looking for the run. And as you mentioned, both Bardo and Willis had steps on their men, but it's Bardo, the bigger of the two, that's able to go up and make the grab for his 16th catch of the season. And the transfer from Penn puts Elkhart on the board once again. Camden Kimball lines up to kick the extra point. The snap a little low, but the kick is on its way, and it is no good. He missed it to the left. So Kimball unable to connect on the extra point, but other than that, it's going along swimmingly for the Elkhart Lions. They lead Adams 13-0 with 5:06 to go, first half on Sports Michiana.
With Surf Fiber Internet, you'll catch all the big plays as they happen. The winning goal, the last-second three-pointer, the walk-off home run, the touchdown that changes everything. You'll see them all. No lag, no throttling, no buffering, no missed highlights. Just blazing fast streaming from start to finish. Whatever sport you love to watch, Surf keeps you connected. Surf Internet, built for game day and every day. Score big today with fiber internet plans starting at just $30 a month, including free Wi-Fi, free installation, all-in pricing, and price lock for life.
This edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you by Patrick. They've been empowering outdoor enthusiasts since 1959. Craig Redmond, the offensive coordinator, talking to his quarterback Caden Keene over on the Adams sidelines as the Eagles need to start getting some points on the board. They trail Elkhart 13-0 in this one. An update from Father Bly Field just down the road. And Penn still leads St. Joe by a count of 14-0 that game in the second quarter. The kickoff by Camden Kimball will be fielded back at the 7-yard line. And staggering his way up the field to the 23. For Adams, that time it was Caston Keene.
The 13-7 Foundation honors former Jimtown football player Deacon Dillenbeck, who died tragically in 2024 at the age of only 19. Deacon loved the vocational trades, and the 13-7 Foundation awards scholarships for those looking to enter the trades. Search 13-7 Foundation or on Facebook for more information on how you can help support.
Caden Keene has had a rough night throwing the football, but a big part of that has been drops by his receivers. He's just 2 out of 8 so far. And they have not been able to get Carson Bryce untracked in the running game. They'll try it here, and Bryce is able to surge forward and pick up about 8 that time. They're running behind Levi Miru and the rest of that offensive line.
Carson Bryce really picking it up here the last couple of drives. but as a team, they're just not able to pick up many first downs and really link them together and move those chains and move down the field, get in scoring position, and put some points on the board.
That replay, by the way, sponsored by our friends at OSMC. Adams, ideally here, would love to chew up time off the clock, push this one in, and then they'll receive the second half kickoff. But a lot to do before then. It's Bryce again, this time jitterbugging his way up the field and finally taken down after a first down sponsored by Portage Township trustee Jason Critchlow. Nicholas Bosworth with the tackle at the 41.
Bad thing is, though, Carson Bryce comes off the field holding his shoulder, got a big old stinger right at the end, might have got drove into the ground right there, hyper extended. You can see him moving his arm right away.
So now Frank Karszewski's going to talk to the official, and I think he wants to try to take a timeout here because I think he's somewhat hopeful he can get Bryce back into the game.
Big C Lumber is the best choice for your next home improvement project. Family owned for over 100 years, they know the ins and outs of every home project you need completed, and our knowledgeable sales staff will help you get the job done. See the difference a culture can make at Big C Lumber.
Timeout sponsored by the South Bend Community Schools. We'll keep it right here and remind you the Indiana High School football tournament begins next week on Sports Michiana. I know all season long you've been watching us on Facebook, YouTube. Next week, it's all on the IHSA Champions Network, and we'll start in Class 4A with Mishawaka, ranked as high as 3 in some polls, 4 in others, going over to Northwood. The last 2 times Mishawaka has gone to Andrews Field, it's been a 1-point game. That would be fine with us. We'll be there Friday night, 6:45 for the pregame, 7 o'clock for the kickoff for the Class 4A sectional quarterfinal.
And earlier this year, Mishawaka won it on a field goal as time expired.
It's always a thrilling matchup. You've got 2 great dynamic coaches in Keith Kinder and Nate Andrews, and their teams really take on their personality. Of course, Mishawaka's just been running it down the throats of people with Landon Snyder and Caden O'Neill. But I'll tell you what, young Braylon Monroe and his brother DeAndre, that's a dynamic passing combination for Northwood.
Yeah, I mean, they, the last few years they've really gone to that passing game and really have exploited some people in it because not a lot of people see that passing game around here.
Now it's a shotgun formation for Adams. They give it to Cleo Kimbrough. Kimbrough steps right out of his shoes and takes it up to the 44-yard line for a pickup of 3. I think that was a shoe that came off. Something pink that was around his feet. And so with Bryce checking back into the game now, that's a good sign for Adams. You saw the pink flying off Kimbrough there on the OSMC replay.
Looks like it was a pink towel that he had on his back of his tucked into his pants.
2nd and 7. Lions showing blitz. It's Bryce sidestepping a tackler and then showing the acceleration as he puts a shoulder into somebody, and a late flag comes in.
Yeah, that flag was away from the play. Not sure exactly if they're going to call a holding call on that.
And we've got another injured Adams player over on the far sideline.
I think that's Bryce Carson again.
Carson Bryce laying on the sideline in front of the Elkhart bench. It is a holding call against Adams, and we will take an injury time out here after you see the OSMC replay.
Carson Bryce with a nice little sidestep there. Man, he went right into that same shoulder again.
He got slammed down pretty hard by Nicholas Bosworth that time. So timeout on the field with 2:57 to go here in the first half. It's 13-0 Elkhart on Sports Michiana.
You don't always see the backbone of American products. You feel it. Ferret is where smart work meets hard work. We serve the USA by manufacturing purpose-built metal components that solve the problems others walk past. And we put in the work that makes 4th and Long feel like 1st and Goal. Calling all engineers and makers, past, present, and future. Your next career move begins at Ferret.
Experience the summer in style with decking from Big C Lumber. From the professional to the do-it-yourselfer, Big C will assist you through the entire deck planning process. Big C's selection of composite and PVC decking material offers durability and low maintenance, all while maintaining the look and feel of real wood. Our free delivery service ensures more of your budget is allocated toward your project. Revitalize your outdoor living space with Big C Lumber.
Your car carries precious cargo. It needs to be dependable, rain or shine. Let Tom's Car Care Center in South Bend help take the stress out of your car's maintenance. We'll change your oil in 10 minutes, flush your transmission, replace your wiper blades, and much more. Oil changes include a half-price car wash when needed. Welcome to your extended family, Tom's Car Care Center.
As you take a look at Carson Bryce walking off the field, the good news is it's under his own power. The bad news, as Bo mentioned, that same shoulder he dinged up just a couple of plays earlier is the one he has injured again, and I wouldn't be surprised if he is done for the night. We will see, though. 2nd and 14 after the holding call against John Adams. And Caden Keene at quarterback will try to engineer this drive with 2:53 and counting left in the first half.
Going to go 5 wide receivers without Carson Bryce in there.
They put Kimbrough in motion. They fake the end around to him. He makes a nice block for Keene, and Keene is going to try to run for it and gets thrown down out of bounds at the 34-yard line by Josiah Gladden. It's a nice pickup of about 7 yards.
Hey, thanks to people like you, Women's Care Center serves every other baby born in this community. The mission is simple. Give every woman the opportunity to choose life and experience a healthy pregnancy. 89% of every single dollar raised goes directly to moms and babies, not overhead. Learn more and support womenscarecenter.org.
Great organization. I've had the chance to be affiliated with them for a long time. We've got a timeout on the field called by Elkhart. 2:19 to go in the first half. This timeout sponsored by the Elkhart Athletic Club. Of course, you all know about the Notre Dame USC game tomorrow night. Well, we'll be back to talk about it on Pulse FM. That comes your way on Monday night at 7 p.m. with the Notre Dame Federal Credit Union Irish Football Fix. Anj and I break down the previous game. We always have a Focus on Faith interview connected with Notre Dame. And we'll also probably toss out our midseason grades. That all comes your way Monday night at 7 on Notre Dame Federal Credit Union's Irish Football Fix.
Hey, you looking to buy or sell a home? McKinnis Realty is where service comes first. Family and veteran-owned, they proudly serve our community heroes through the Homes for Heroes program, helping you save when you buy or sell. Learn more at McKinnisRealty.com.
Always like when Anj looks up here and just shakes his head like, no, we're not doing midseason grades for this show. It's all right. We'll figure out something else to talk about during that time.
That's next week. That's next week.
I'm always working ahead. 3rd and 7. Kimbrough in motion. Keene rolls, gets a block, now tries to cut to the outside, throws, and he's got his man for a first down. He completes it to Jeffrey Seitz, and Seitz, the sophomore, takes it to the 42-yard line for a first down, sponsored by Portage Township trustee Jason Critchlow. You get another look from OSMC.
Yeah, just a great job by Keene, avoiding the pressure, getting the ball up the field, and hey, a receiver held onto the ball for a first down after Keene scrambled. Great job by the Eagles.
Well, that receiver just trying to avoid detention. The son of the John Adams principal with the grab there. 1st and 10 from the 42. Keene rolling to his right this time, loads up and throws it away. He was looking for Clail Kimbrough, but Kimbrough had stopped on the route.
Ferret Custom Roll Forming, the best choice in metal fabrication, provides ISO certified quality with unparalleled service and support. At Ferret Custom Roll Forming, we form value. Learn more at ferretrollforming.com.
Halftime at Jackson Field, Riley leads Marion 12-10. Second quarter over at Father Blyfield, Penn extends the lead to 21-0 on St. Joseph. St. Joe has not beaten Penn in varsity football since 1976.
Been quite some time.
Keene in trouble, avoids another tackler. He's on the run, and he gets horse-collared down at the 39 or 40-yard line, but there is no flag.
Looked like he got him a little high, but I think he got him around the upper arm area. But what a job by Keene avoiding the first defensive end pass rusher. Here you can see on the OSMC replay. Great job avoiding that, getting upfield. I think got him around the arm a little bit. A little questionable on that. Looks like we're going to have a timeout.
It's called by Elkhart, sponsored by the Elkhart Athletic Club with 1:33 to go here in the first half. Let's go downstairs to Angelo Di Carlo and get his thoughts here on this first half. And Ange, with this injury to Carson Bryce so far, and I believe they might still be working on him a little bit under that blue tent, Adams has responded with some other people stepping up here on offense.
Well, and the interesting part about that is they lost their other star running back a few weeks ago to injury that has been in and out all season long. So they're looking at now a third and fourth running back here, but able to get the ball there to Seitz on the completion. But the wide receivers have done a great job of blocking as well to just keep the play alive. So that's been impressive. And this is a big drive, right? I mean, you look at this. They'll have the ball to start the second half. If you can get a touchdown here, get it to a one-score game, and then get the ball to start the second half, it's a whole new ballgame.
Yeah, you even get a field goal here with Garcilaso down on the field, but you've got to probably pick up at least another 20 yards before that can happen.
I like the adjustment they made. They just went to 5 wide receivers and just said, you know what, no running back. We got guys injured. If we're going to run the ball, Keene's just going to run it himself.
Got a couple of solid coaches down there with Frank Karszewski working with Craig Redmond as his OC. Kimbrough in motion. Keene obviously looking to his left, steps away from Cross Jones and slides down at the 36-yard line. That'll be a pickup of about 3, and it'll set up 4th and 4 for Adams.
Notre Dame Federal Credit Union is the financial institution of choice for Sports Michiana plus hundreds of churches and schools. Utilize their unique Elevate tools to help raise funds and drive your mission. Go to NotreDameFCU.com/elevate to learn more.
You see the clock on the TireRack.com scoreboard. Keene is rolling out, fires, and it is behind his intended receiver and incomplete. The pressure coming from Cross Jones, who has 14 quarterback hurries for the year coming in and disrupted another play right there.
Yeah, I think even if that pass was completed, I think they were just short of the first down anyways. Needed to get up the field more, but give credit to the defense for Elkhart, putting the pressure on Keene, getting him out of the pocket and forcing that pass.
It'll be curious to see how Elkhart handles this final minute here. They're down to 1 timeout remaining, but they have a quarterback that can clearly air it out and receivers that can vertically extend the defense.
I think with the receivers that you have and the quarterback that can air it out a little bit, you take a shot or two and try to get it down the field.
Tayshawn Bardo lines up here on the bottom of your screen. It's a triple bunch formation over on the far side, and that's where they throw it to Frankie Willis. And Willis tries to dodge some tacklers and gets taken down after a pickup of 2.
Since 1959, Patrick Industries in Elkhart has empowered outdoor enthusiasts to achieve next-level recreational experiences. Patrick is a proud supporter of our local teams and athletes, empowering excellence on and off the field.
Gerald is 3 for 4 tonight for 40 yards passing. Adams showed blitz. Now they back out of it. And a high throw down the field for Tayshawn Bardo, and he's wide open, waiting for the heavens to open, and makes the catch at the 17. But we have a flag down, and there's holding against Elkhart. Franklin Passwater, the defensive end, couldn't move at all after that holding call. Meanwhile, Bardo is injured down on the field.
A lot of things happening on play. How do you let Bardo get open downfield this late in the game again? The holding call, and then, of course, Bardo now holding his knee or his ankle as he got rolled up on at the end of that play.
So another timeout for an injury with 22.7 seconds left in the half. We're back after this on Sports Michiana.
Some people see a huddle in the locker room. We see a second classroom. Some see a student athlete on the court. We see a future leader in the community. You see, high school sports in Indiana are special. That's because they're about learning and growing, not just winning and losing. Fans, I'm Commissioner Paul Neidig. Support education-based athletics in Indiana by buying a ticket to your high school's next athletic event.
Let's be honest, shopping for window treatments can be a real pain in the glass. Shades, shutters, blinds, drapes, the options are endless. Avoid expensive mistakes and return shipping with online retailers. Call the local team at Quality Window Treatments. Their entirely local process makes choosing the right look for your space easy. They bring the showroom to you during your in-person consultation. And with hands-off local installation, you never make a measurement. Visit QualityWindowTreatment.com to book your free consultation and see your space in a whole new light.
Back to live action. Micah Gerald steps out of bounds at the 33-yard line. He's able to pick up about 5 yards after the holding penalty, but we're down to 9 seconds left to go here in the first half. Elkhart leading South Bend John Adams by a count of 13-0. Don't forget, coming up at halftime, plenty to talk about on the Ferret Custom Bowl Forming Halftime Report. And Gerald's just going to hand it off to Alfonso Newbern, and Newbern taken down after a pickup of about 4 yards, and that's going to do it for the first half from historic School Field on the east side of South Bend. The Elkhart Lions have grabbed a 13-0 lead on the John Adams Eagles in this Northern Indiana Conference clash, and we get ready to send it downstairs for a Patrick sideline report. Angelo Di Carlo gets a chance to talk with Trayvon Curry.
All right, Coach, up 13-0 here at halftime. Your thoughts?
Again, offensively, didn't like the start there in the first quarter, but we're starting to get some things going right now. But, defense is playing lights out, came up with some big stops there, and, just started a little slow offensively the first quarter.
How big was the defense that even when the offense wasn't clicking, your defense just not allowing the ultimate touchdown to go through there for Adams?
I mean, they've been playing lights out the last couple of weeks, and, I don't expect anything else from them. Fourth down stop there, and, Carson is running his butt off right now, so, I'm impressed with him.
Coach, thank you very much. Best of luck in the second half.
Thank you.
All right, Chuck and Bo, back upstairs to you guys.
All right, thanks a lot, Anj. Coming up in our Ferret Custom Roll Forming Halftime Report, we'll start you off with our Tony Letcher Health Market Student Athletes of the Week, and that comes your way next on the Sports Michiana Game of the Week.
Medicare plans can be confusing, but they don't have to be. I'm Tony Letcher, licensed insurance agent. I can help you compare your options because I'm appointed with many nationally recognized carriers. With my help, you can find the coverage that fits your needs and budget. I don't want you to be my client today. I want you to be my client forever. Call Tony Letcher today to schedule your free consultation or visit tletcher.com.
My name is Chuck. I'm a member of Notre Dame Federal Credit Union. The flexibility of having a HELOC made it simple to add items as we were going through the process of updating our house. So we didn't have to do everything at once. We could do it a little at a time as things changed, which made it flexible for us to use builders when they had downtime and get better prices for them. So yeah, I would definitely recommend Notre Dame Federal Credit Union.
With SurfFiber Internet, you'll catch all the big plays as they happen. The winning goal, the last-second three-pointer, the walk-off home run, the touchdown that changes everything. You'll see them all. No lag, no throttling, no buffering, no missed highlights. Just blazing fast streaming from start to finish. Whatever sport you love to watch, Surf keeps you connected. Surf Internet, built for game day and every day. Score big today with fiber internet plans starting at just $30 a month, including free Wi-Fi, free installation, all-in pricing, and price lock for life.
This edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week is brought to you by Tony Letcher with Health Markets, the right policy at the right price. And it's time now for our Tony Letcher Health Markets Student Athletes of the Week. We have Kane Goddard, a senior at Adams. Ava Pollock, a senior at Elkhart. We'll start with Ava, who's a member of the volleyball team, a 4-year starter. They have sectionals coming up tomorrow. What are the nerves like going into tomorrow? Because obviously by the end of the night, you guys could be sectional champions or your career could be over.
There really is no nerves. Our coaches have really set up a good plan for us to execute, and we're going to do our best and just give it our all.
four-year starter, what does being a part of that team mean to you?
I mean, I have a big role. I play the whole time. I really hope that my younger teammates who are juniors look to me as a captain and someone who's there to support them. So I just really try to execute that role.
You have a 3.6 GPA. You're looking to get into the medical field. Why is that?
It's just something I've always been interested in, and I like the administration side of it. And I'm doing a little bit of that at Bowling Vision Center, where I do my internship.
What does being an Elkhart Lion mean to you?
It's really all about grit. I feel like a lot of our teams, even if we lose a big senior class, we always go out there the next year and really try our best and just give it our all.
Ava, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Kane Goddard is a senior at Adams High School, wide receiver, and a member of the baseball team, student government, 3.6 GPA. How do you balance everything?
Yeah, school and athletics definitely have their challenges, but surrounding yourself with a good group of people and a good group of teammates definitely makes it a lot easier.
You're also the captain on both the baseball and football team. What is that leadership role like, and what does that honor mean to you?
No, it's definitely a huge honor, but just using my leadership skills to guide those underclassmen and bring up the camaraderie around just makes it all go around.
And what does being an Adams Eagle mean to you?
Being an Adams Eagle is so awesome. We preach just soaring over the haters and doubters, but definitely these past 2 weeks with all the camaraderie with sports and boys and girls soccer having so much success, just everybody coming together, it's been so awesome to see.
Kane, thank you very much. Congratulations. Ava, congratulations once again. Ava Pollock, Kane Goddard, our student athletes of the week, presented by Tony Letcher with Health Markets. We have your first half highlights between Elkhart and Adams in our Sports Michiana Game of the Week right after this.
With SurfFiber Internet, you'll catch all the big plays as they happen. The winning goal, the last-second three-pointer, the walk-off home run, the touchdown that changes everything. You'll see them all. No lag, no throttling, no buffering, no missed highlights. Just blazing fast streaming from start to finish. Whatever sport you love to watch, Surf keeps you connected. Surf Internet, built for game day and every day. Score big today with fiber internet plans starting at just $30 a month, including free Wi-Fi, free installation, all-in pricing, and price lock for life.
Founded in 2001 by brothers Sam and Levi, Reliance has built a reputation for excellence, providing high-quality home building and renovation services to the Michiana area. From single-room renovations like kitchens and bathrooms to building your dream home from the ground up, everything benefits from their decades of experience. From concept to completion, Reliance makes even the largest projects simple and hassle-free. To find out more, visit RelianceDBR.net. Reliance. Design, build, renovate.
And this edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you by Reliance, uniquely crafted to fit your lifestyle. Halftime here at School Field, the John Adams Marching Band getting ready to entertain this crowd at School Field. And it's a 13-0 lead for the Elkhart Lions as we welcome you inside the Notre Dame Federal Credit Union broadcast booth. Chuck Freeby and Bo Hundt high above the fray. And Bo, Adams said coming in, Frank Karczewski made a point of saying we've got to keep it a low-scoring game to have a chance. They've done that, but in keeping it a low-scoring game, you do have to do some scoring.
Yeah, you got to move the football, and Carson Bryce was kind of their only weapon. Now he's probably out for the remainder of the game, so rely on Caden Keene. And I think the biggest thing, though, is his wide receivers need to catch passes. They started catching them there later in the second half, but they didn't do a very good job throughout the whole first half of catching those passes.
Well, time now to look at our Tom's Car Care Center halftime highlights, and we'll show you how it got to be this way in this one because Elkhart was able to come up with some big stops. Chase Bussard with a nice textbook tackle right here to stop Adams' scoring threat, but then Adams would come up with a Malachi Dudley fumble recovery, looked to be in business, couldn't convert on that, and Elkhart would go to work. Micah Jarrell caps a 6-play drive with a 5-yard touchdown here, and then Jarrell will go up top, and he'll find Tayshawn Bardo in the end zone behind everybody for the touchdown. 13-0, the Lions lead it here at the intermission. It's a big weekend here for the John Adams Eagles. Not only the football team and senior night, but the boys soccer team will be playing for a regional championship tomorrow. Let's go downstairs for a Patrick Sideline report. Angelo has more about that story.
All right, thank you very much, Chuck. We're here with Christian Mihut, the head coach of the Adams boys soccer team, as they play for the regional championship tomorrow at 2 p.m. at Penn against Lake Central. First of all, what an outstanding season for your team, the last local team left standing. How thrilling has this season been for you and your squad?
Oh, it's been a magnetic and magical season for us. The team has performed so well, and I think they've just gotten better when performing against better and better teams.
A couple nights ago on this very field, you guys get an overtime win over Concord. How thrilling was that victory in overtime?
Man, it was incredible. I was elated, of course, with the result, but also the fact that the boys played with so much passion and desire. They brought really the competitive spirit to the game against one of the best teams in Indiana. And what can I say? I'm so proud of the effort. I'm so proud of the game intelligence, and I'm so proud of the way in which they approached the game and stayed in it. Until the very last moment in overtime, we were still pressing high because we wanted to not go to penalty kicks.
And the atmosphere here was electric as well. The student body came out in full force to cheer you guys on.
Oh, man, I couldn't be more thankful for all of our student fans, the women's soccer team, the student body, our athletic director. Man, it was just a phenomenal atmosphere.
You get to the regional championship now. Adams has not won a regional title in soccer since 1999. What would Saturday and a victory mean for this program?
I mean, obviously, it would mean a lot for history's sake, but I think it will mean a lot for our seniors. It will mean a lot for the team. It will mean a lot for just the core identity of our program moving forward.
Hopefully the weather cooperates for you tomorrow.
We hope so. We hope to keep the Hurricanes at bay.
That's Christian Mihut, the head coach of the Adams boys soccer team. Best of luck to you guys tomorrow.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
All right, Chuck and Bo, back upstairs to you guys.
I wasn't expecting Hurricanes tomorrow, were you? But
not quite.
Hey, you never know around here, right? One thing we do know is at halftime we always have the McKinnis Realty Around the Area high school football scoreboard. So let's start looking at some scores. Caston on top of Winnemac, 14-6 at the half. Churubusco leads Fairfield 14-0 at the half. Culver Academy with a 13-7 lead on John Glenn down at Oliver Field. Lakeland leads Jimtown 17-7 at the half. Emotional night over at Jimtown with the passing of Mark Kern this week, their longtime offensive line coach. A Three Rivers Conference on the line. Rochester hammering Mechanical 41-6. Boys, Ron Schaefer have a nice team down with the Zebras.
Man, Rochester's really putting it together this year.
South Bend Riley leads Marion 12-10 at the half at Jackson Field. Warsaw with a 13-12 lead on Northridge at the half. That's a dangerous Northridge team in that 4A sectional.
We talked about that Northridge team. The schedule that they've played this year, they've played everybody really close. They just never been able to come out on top.
Northwood leads Goshen 28-14 at the half. At the half in the NIC title game, Penn hammering St. Joe 24-0. Concord leads Plymouth 17-7. That's in the second quarter at Lucas Oil. Second quarter score, New Prairie leads South Bend Washington 21-7. Halftime, Mishawaka leads Wawasee 33-0. Back and forth game in Niles Township, but Berrien Springs leads Brandywine 21-12 in the second. Williamston now on top of Dowagiac 36-0 at the half. Second quarter score, Niles leads Plainwell 8-6, and St. Joe at the half leads Battle Creek Central 22-12. Finally, an 8-man football championship game in that conference, Bridgman hammering Red Arrow 36-0. Here it's Elkhart 13, Adams 0. We've got second half play-by-play coming your way from historic School Field in South Bend after this on Sports Michiana.
Some say hustle and heart don't mix, but at Patrick, we prove otherwise every day. We're bold in our ambition and grounded in respect. Here, leadership is a mindset, and every voice matters. Built on integrity, fueled by collaboration, and united by purpose, we're stronger together. This is Patrick. We are better together.
Let's be honest, shopping for window treatments can be a real pain in the glass. Shades, shutters, blinds, drapes, the options are endless. Avoid expensive mistakes and return shipping with online retailers. Call the local team at Quality Window Treatments. Their entirely local process makes choosing the right look for your space easy. They bring the showroom to you during your in-person consultation. And with hands-off local installation, you never make a measurement. Visit QualityWindowTreatment.com to book your free consultation and see your space in a whole new light.
When contractors and OEMs need quality electrical products at the best prices, they look to Babsco Supply. We strive to supply all the electrical products you need for residential, light commercial, and OEM electrical components. We have the knowledge, dedication to customer service, and extensive inventory to ensure your electrical projects are completed successfully. We are employee-owned, which means all of our employees are owners. So you know we care. With locations in Elkhart and Warsaw, Babsco Supply is working together to serve you better. Learn more at babsco.com.
Why do our auto insurance rates keep going up? Oh.
Dramatic increases in parts, labor, and medical care are causing auto insurance rates to soar nationwide. Lilliard's Insurance can protect you from auto rate increases with our available rate lock feature. And because Lilliard's Insurance is a local business, you get better service and deal with actual people. Hi, I'm Matt Lilliard. Call or text us today to see if you qualify.
Shopping for tires used to make me want to blow a gasket. That was before I went to TireRack.com.
Tire Rack made it easy to find great tires at a great price. 2 years of free road hazard protection sealed the deal.
Tire Rack has thousands of recommended installers. I chose a mobile installer. Check this out. A technician brought my new tires right to the house. He's installing them now. All set. Thanks. When it's time for new tires, trust the experts. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
And this edition of the Sports Michiana High School Game of the Week is being brought to you in part by Patrick. They've been empowering outdoor enthusiasts since 1959. A terrific performance by the John Adams Marching Band here at halftime, getting a rousing ovation from this crowd here at School Field. Elkhart with a 13-0 lead on the John Adams Eagles as we welcome you back inside the Notre Dame Federal Credit Union broadcast booth. Get you an update on a couple more scores here. We were talking about that Niles team. Scott Shaw's team has now opened up a 35-0 lead in that game. And Niles looks like it's going to run the table in the Wolverine Conference. They do have a big game with Edwardsburg next week.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big game. It's a rivalry game between Edwardsburg and Niles. Scott Shaw, just the last few years, what he's done over there at Niles and really turning that program around. Just, 5, 6, 7 years ago, they were a couple winless seasons up there at Niles. He's done a fantastic job.
Well, another place that has struggled a little bit has been the Elkhart boys basketball team, but they have a new coach now, and he is standing by with Angelo for a Patrick Sideline report.
All right, Chuck, thank you very much. Here with Bodie Bender, the new head coach of Elkhart, obviously leaving Mishawaka to take over at Elkhart. First of all, Coach, the question everyone wants to know, what made you decide to make the move?
Well, I mean, it's always been a place, playing at Northside Gym is special. And not that the Cave wasn't special, but it had always been a place that I had circled. I spent some time at Elkhart Central, and I always thought, if this place came open again, I would make a run for it, and I did this time, and I was lucky enough to get the job.
Obviously, Elkhart has struggled a little bit here in basketball. What are the things you're working on to try to get Elkhart to the level that everyone in your community wants them to be at?
Well, I think first and foremost is playing with a little bit more consistency on offense. We're putting in a few more rules than they probably had in the past, and then defensively playing with a little bit more intensity.
What's allowed you to have the success as a coach that you've had not only at Mishawaka, but in your stops before that as well?
I think first and foremost, we've always had coaching staffs that have done a great job of building relationships with kids. And then I think paying attention to detail in practice with whatever our rules are offensively and defensively, we've stuck to those, and our kids have always bought into that.
How excited are you for the upcoming season? It's not far away, or are you excited, or are you like, oh, there's too much work still to be done? Where's that balance?
Well, yeah, there's still too much work to be done, but, I'm excited. I mean, the first time you get to step into Northside Gym, my wife likes to joke with me all the time. I'm not so sure about this. The last couple times you stepped foot in there, you haven't had much success. And I said, well, we're here now. Maybe we can win a few games inside Northside.
I mean, it was semi-state when you were in there.
Yeah, it was. It was a little bit different level. So, it'd be nice to get back there someday.
I'm sure people would love it if you can get Elkhart to semi-state in the near future.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, Bodie, thank you very much. Congratulations on the new job, and best of luck this year.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, that's Bodie Bender, head coach of the Elkhart Lions boys basketball team. Back upstairs to you guys.
All right, thank you very much, Anj, and let's give you some more updates on the McInnes Realty Around the Area High School football scoreboard. Halftime, Tippecanoe Valley leads Bremen 14-7. We haven't seen Steve Moriarty's team this year, but I can tell you this much. They're physical, they run the ball, and they're going to be a problem for somebody in that section.
Yeah, they definitely are. I think that's the biggest thing. And they've played a tough competition throughout their season here, and they've really battled. They've done a great job this season so far.
Lakeland leading Jimtown 17-7 at the half. Lakeland's a team that could make some noise on the other side of the bracket in that sectional, too.
Yeah, when you look at that, you look at Lakeland, they're kind of the unknown. They're the team kind of away from everybody else. They're playing a little bit of the East, a little bit of the West, and they're kind of a team that everybody forgets about.
Well, they also have a quarterback in Braden Holbrook who can sling it around pretty well as well. Tournament begins next week. We'll talk about both of these teams in the second half, but when you saw the draw last week, other than the game we're going to do next week, what stood out to you?
I think the biggest thing is some of the parity that are in a lot of the sectionals. When you looked at it, there was two big games that stuck out, but other than that, I thought some of the teams that are favored got some favorable draws. Whether in a lot of the championships would, if you looked at who was favored, the top two, they would meet in the sectional championship rather than the first or second game.
And that's certainly in the case in that 4A sectional that we're talking about next week, where we start with Mishawaka and Northwood. Mishawaka favored on one side of the bracket. St. Joe currently favored on the other side of the bracket. Everybody knew they were going to have a tough time with Penn tonight. I still wouldn't count out the Huskies.
Well, yeah, I mean, when you look at it on paper, you look at Mishawaka and you look at St. Joe, you can't forget about Northwood. You can't forget about Northridge. I mean, they're just – that sectional is going to be hard to win, and whoever wins that is going to be in for it for the rest of the playoffs.
All right, we get ready for second half action here at School Field. Elkhart will be kicking off to Adams. It's a 13-0 Lions lead, and our third quarter is going to be brought to us by our friends at Southwind Flooring. Let's go downstairs. Angelo Di Carlo has a Patrick sideline report. Angie had a chance to talk with Frank Karszewski at the break.
Yeah, and you could see the disappointment in his face as we chatted. They just feel like they played better than being down by 13 at halftime. They let opportunities slip by them. He says this opening drive of this third quarter is huge. They got to get some points to be able to be in this game. As for Tayshawn Bardo, he is okay. He is expected to play in the second half for Elkhart.
That's a good news right there. And obviously we'll be keeping an eye out for Carson Bryce, who is on the field shaking his right shoulder as he goes out on the kickoff return team.
As you mentioned, the third quarter brought to you by Southwind Flooring. They're proud to support tonight's broadcast. Visit their showroom located in Shipshewana or online at southwindflooring.com. Southwind Flooring, the perfect foundation to your dreams.
Camden Kemble with a high spinning kick, and it's Bryce that takes it at the 15. Bryce gets a wall of blockers, cuts inside, and Carson Bryce is spun down at the 31-yard line. Or make it the 36. So a nice 21-yard return for Carson Bryce. And the junior showing some toughness out here, as you'll see here on the OSMC replay.
Yeah, great job of getting it outside and then coming back, cutting it back, getting it upfield. Good field position here for the Eagles here to start the second half.
And it'll be Bryce in the backfield for Adams. He had 42 yards in that first half on 8 carries.
Shaking that right arm a little bit as he's getting set.
Instead, they hand it off to the fullback, and one of the offensive linemen goes up the middle for the run. How about that run for Lamar Shaw, who gets 10 yards and a first down sponsored by John Adams High School.
He was rumbling and stumbling, and tell you what, he picked up some good yards, and he's got a little bit of speed as well.
Well, Shaw was drawing rave reviews from Frank Karszewski before the game for the job that he's done filling in on the defensive line this year. He had the game-winning sack against Riley last week, and the junior with a 10-yard burst right there. Now they go back to Carson Bryce, and Bryce works his way up the field for about 3 yards and is brought down there as Luke Lee comes in and makes the hit from his defensive end spot.
Chuck, adding to that on Lamar Shaw, I talked to him this week during interviews, and one of the things he emphasized was how much this team believes they have chances to win games. In previous years, he acknowledged, hey, there's been times that we've gone into a game that believe they can win and be in these games. So I think that's something that has been very critical. And you could tell on that run that he had, he very much believed in himself and his team as well.
Well, he needs to believe right here because it's a 3rd and 4 situation, and Shaw lines up again as the supposed blocking back in this alignment. But it is Shaw getting the handoff. Big fella takes it on up. And he got to the 45-yard line. He's a yard short of the first down.
3rd and 4 in that last play. They run the ball up the middle. I think they were planning on going for it on 4th down. That's why they went ahead and ran that ball right up the middle. Brings up a 4th down and 1.
That's a 5'11", 260-pound fullback right there. And he gets the chin strap buckled back up. Play clock is down to 10. Keene under center. Keene gives it off to Bryce. He's got room on the left side. Carson Bryce for a first down. Takes it up to the 37 before Josiah Gladham brings him down. But it's good for a John Adams High School first down.
Nimbello is a Michiana-based technology company, and since 2010, they've been helping manufacturers across our region work smarter and more efficient by automating the accounts payable process. Learn more at nimbello.com. Go Eagles.
1st and 10 from the Elkhart 37. Some of the deepest penetration for Adams tonight. Shaw was met by Cross Jones that time and did a great job to hang on to the football on a loss of 1. You might have fooled Cross Jones a couple of times. You weren't fooling him that time.
Yeah, just a great job of coming up the field, making sure they wrapped up, hold the corner. Great job by this Lions defense.
You can understand why that junior has some D1 colleges looking at him, including Western Michigan.
Yeah, it just it's got the knack for the game, the feeling you talk about. They're in the right spot at the right times because they know the flow of the game.
2nd and 11. It's Bryce off the left side. He got some nice blocking from that lead blocker, Lamar Shaw, and takes it up to the 34-yard line for a pickup of 4.
Eagles keeping it on the ground here to start the 3rd quarter. See if they go to the air here in 3rd and long.
They're only 3 of 11 throwing the ball for 23 yards tonight. Caden Keene over talking to his offensive coordinator, Craig Redmond. Lennox Benton is in the game at one of the receiver spots. He has 2 of the 3 Adams catches tonight. Shaw, the big man, lines up to the left of Keene. Keene, play action, has plenty of time. Now heaves it down the field. He's looking for Benton, but Nicholas Bosworth breaks it up.
He had Benton open early and did not make the throw. Took a couple more seconds before he made that throw. Here you're going to see on the OSMC replay, right there is where he had him open. He's looking, and then he makes the throw and underthrows the ball.
He wound up throwing off balance when he did make the throw. So Jeffrey Seitz checks into the game with a play and a big 4th and 7. The Elkhart defense has been dominant on 4th down tonight. Can they make another stop here? Keene wants to throw, now cuts it upfield and could not pull the trigger. Elliott Sanders brings him down for a loss of 1, and the Elkhart defense holds again.
Another turnover on downs for the Eagles, and great job by the Lions defense. They've been superb all night, and really the one thing that really has stuck out tonight is this Lions defense.
Sanders is only a sophomore, but on the defensive line, he has been a demon tonight. 6'1", 250-pounder. And he has come with force through that solid Adams offensive line. So 1st and 10 from the 35. Elkhart's first possession of the second half comes with 8:03 to go, 3rd quarter. Micah Gerald hands it off. Alfonso Newbern looking for room to run, and he had some. And Newbern takes it for a first down and more as he pushes his way into Adams territory at the 49. A pickup of 16 and a first down sponsored by Hart City Health.
Hart City Health and Elkhart cheers on the Lions. Hart City Health is a federal qualified health center providing an affordable, high-quality medical, dental, and behavioral health care to residents of Elkhart County. Learn more at heartcityhealth.org.
Leighton Prisbandowski called for being offside as he was coming on the blitz that time, and it'll be 1st and 5 for Elkhart.
Elkhart offense again trying to really hurry up the pace, put the pressure on this Elkhart or Adams defense.
Dimitri Pulliam now in the game for Elkhart. You see him in those pink shoes in the backfield. And it's play action to Pulliam, but Gerald will keep it himself, and then he gets brought down by John Bond, the linebacker, at the 42 after a pickup of about 2.
Big thank you to Tony Letcher for his incredible support of Sports Michiana. Tony is a licensed insurance agent with Health Markets. If you're looking for assistance with Medicare, family, or individual health insurance, Google Tony Letcher Health Markets or visit tletcher.com.
We've got an Adams player down on the field with an injury. We'll take a timeout. 7:20 to go here in the third. Elkhart leads at 13-0 on Sports Michiana.
Looking to buy or sell a home in the Michiana area? Call McInnes Realty, Michiana's fastest growing real estate company where service comes first, built on knowledge, care, and community. Through our Homes for Heroes program, we proudly give back to those who serve. Firefighters, law enforcement, EMTs, military, teachers, and healthcare workers, past or present, qualify for hero rewards when they buy or sell with us. Call McInnes Realty today at 574-271-3440.
For over 100 years, experience and inspiration have been the foundation of Big C Lumber. I'm Mark Young. Deciding on the perfect cabinetry for your home can be overwhelming. It's best to depend on our consultants with decades of experience at Big C Lumber. Your needs and wishes will be matched with our guidance in the creation of new spaces. We call this customer-inspired design, representing your personality, your style. Visit Big C Lumber, where the possibilities are endless.
This edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week brought to you by Big C Lumber. Back to live action. Micah Gerald throws it out for Tayshawn Bardo, who makes the running catch at the 18-yard line. Steps out of bounds there. It's a pickup of 24 on the play from Gerald Bardo.
Here you can see on the OSMC replay, great timing play right here. Jarrell just getting it out to Bardo between the guy over the top, the safety over the top, the corner underneath. Just a great spot to put the ball. Big first down by John Adams, or Hart City Health.
Now it's Pulliam on the carry, and the senior running back gets gang tackled by the Eagles at the 15-yard line after a pickup of 4. Dimitri Pulliam has been sharing some of the duties with Alfonso Newbern this year. He had 55 yards in their win over New Prairie.
Newbern back in the game, bringing the play in, get the hurry-up offense here.
Meanwhile, St. Joe gets on the board with a pick 6 against Penn in the third quarter. It's 24-6 Penn in that NIC championship game. Here's Gerald wanting to throw. Now he dashes up, throws, and it's incomplete. Frankie Willis wanted a flag, and there is none to be found.
John Adams students complete thousands of hours of community service, participate in local, state, and national competitions, and excel on the field. Opportunities include Quiz Bowl, band, Science Olympiad, mock trial, and Adams is the only area school offering the International Baccalaureate program. Applications to attend Adams High School next school year opens on October 29th.
3rd and 7 for Elkhart. Adams showing blitz. Gerald with protection. Flag comes in, though, as the throw is a little too far for Bardo, who comes up a little gimpy on the near sideline, and a holding call made against Elkhart.
Looks like he was a little limping during that route as he knew he couldn't get to that ball. He started slowing up and started limping just a little bit, and you can see him kind of hobbling just a tad back to the line of scrimmage.
Let's see if Adams decides to take the holding penalty. I think they will because they want to make sure that Elkhart is out of field goal range. Otherwise, Elkhart's looking at a 4th and 7 at the 15, which is obviously very makeable. And Frank Karszewski has finally decided it looks like he is going to take the holding penalty. It's a 10-yard mark-off against Elkhart, which has been befuddled by its own penalties tonight. 3rd and 17 from the 25. Again, Adams showing blitz, but drops out of it. Gerald with room to run, and he's got a wide-open lane to the end zone. Micah Gerald, touchdown, Elkhart. That is a 25-yard touchdown run for Micah Gerald, and Elkhart is on the board again.
Wow, here you can see on the OSMC replay, Gerald came out, and then all of a sudden nobody was open, and then looked to the left, and he's like, whoa, the C's open. There's nobody over here.
The only thing in blue over there was the end zone. So Micah Gerald with the touchdown run. And Elkhart appears as though it's going to go for 2 here to try to get this to a 21-0 game.
At OSMC, you're not just treated, you're cared for. Guided from diagnosis through recovery with clarity and trust. Get the care you need when you need it. Visit osmc.com or their OrthoCare walk-in clinic in Granger off University Drive.
Indeed, Elkhart does line up for 2. Alfonso Newbern to the right of Gerald, who wants to throw again. Rolling to his right, sidearms it, and it's complete for the 2-point conversion. What a beautiful throw by Gerald. I believe it was Tayshawn Bardo over there. It was for the 2-point conversion, and you'll get another look here from OSMC.
I saw Gerald throwing sidearm a little bit during the pregame, throwing that exact same pass right there with perfection. And then, you know, when you practice it, you can do it in the game.
And Elkhart is doing it right here. 6:01 to go, middle of the third quarter. And the Lions lead the Eagles 21-0 on Sports Michiana.
You don't always see the backbone of American products. You feel it. Ferret is where smart work meets hard work. We serve the USA by manufacturing purpose-built metal components that solve the problems others walk past. And we put in the work that makes 4th and Long feel like 1st and Goal. Calling all engineers and makers, past, present, and future. Your next career move begins at Ferret.
In need of an award? Call Crown Trophy of Mishawaka, the area's premier award provider. They've been serving the area since 2001 with cutting-edge exclusive products. Personalized with state-of-the-art laser engraving technology. And Crown Trophy has more than just trophies. They offer corporate, sales, and retirement awards along with personalized gifts and promotional products. Crown Trophy, nationally known, locally owned, where everyone's a winner.
This edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week brought to you in part by Tom's Car Care Center, the Coffee Spot Cafe, and the Waterworks Car Wash. 3 great businesses in one great spot. Cleo Kimbrough brings the kickoff back for Adams to the 33-yard line, so good field position for the Eagles to start a drive, but they got to start getting some points.
And they start out usually pretty decent, pick up 1 or 2 first downs, and then all of a sudden that Elkhart defense just shuts it down, and they're not able to capitalize. I thought they had a great opportunity that last drive over the top. The pass was just not read. Keene didn't read it right away. Was a little late getting the pass down the field. They had a great opportunity to score and just didn't happen.
Let's see how they line up here. They were going jumbo formation on the last package. Now they go back to more of the traditional spread offense. 3 receivers to the left of Caden Keene. Carson Bryce is his running back. And Keene fires, and it's almost intercepted. Chase Bussard was looking for the pick and couldn't quite get it.
At Sanders Pianowski, professional service is their clients is their first and compelling priority. The firm of Sanders Pianowski wish both teams well in tonight's game, serving the community for decades and decades to come. Sanders, Pianowski on the Riverwalk in downtown Elkhart.
So it'll be 2nd and 10 from the 33 for Adams, which is trying to get its first winning season since 2016. We'll take a look at that factoid in a minute here. As Keene is under pressure and Cross Jones gets the sack back at the 18.
Jones just came in. He was not letting him get away from that sack. Wrapped him up, did a great job, and took him down himself. Just bull rushed the tackle there and came right over the top.
So Jones with the sack sets up a 3rd and 25 for Adams. But let's go ahead and check that factoid because Adams came in tonight trying to look for its first winning season since 2016. Our factoids tonight brought to us by our friends at Trademark Irrigation. For that to happen, it looks like Adams is going to have to get some wins in the tournament because they would drop to 4-5 with a loss here tonight. Keene tried to come up the middle, and Elliott Sanders was just waiting for him, but now a late flag comes in as things get a little chippy at the end of the play.
Looked like it might have been hands to the face. Helmet was off.
Yeah, Sanders lost his helmet in that scrum, and I think Elkhart would be more than happy to decline the penalty here unless it's considered a dead ball foul. The referee talking to Cross Jones and some of the Elkhart players trying to get Jones away from the official. It's a personal foul against Elkhart. And I have to think that it was just a little too much extracurricular activity, but Trayvon Curry wants the explanation from Tommy Tykes.
Well, it came in from the backside right at the end of the play. So it looks like he's talked about jumping on the pile or something.
Yeah, once the whistle blows, you're not supposed to add yourself to the scrum. It's a 15-yard penalty. It keeps the possession alive for Adams, and instead of looking at a 3rd and 20, now they're looking at a 4th and 20. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5. So let's see if Adams can take advantage of yet another Elkhart penalty. It is the handoff. Look at the move by Carson Bryce, but he cannot get away. Cole Bell comes in from the safety spot to make the tackle on Bryce for a loss of 2, and Adams will likely have to punt it away.
South Bend Schools, strategic, innovative, and driven to shaping future leaders since 1867. Enroll today, thrive tomorrow. Visit sb.school/enrollment. Go Adams.
So Eric Garcilaso comes on to punt. Frankie Willis is the deep man for Elkhart. He stands back at around his own 20-yard line. Floating snap. Garcilaso gets it out of there. A high kick away from Willis. And Willis still managed to get it at the 36. He's got a head of steam. Look out. Frankie Willis spins away and goes down to the 21-yard line. A 43-yard return by Willis, who showed good ball sense that time.
Yeah, just a great job of understanding the bounce of the ball. Came up, didn't take too much of a chance, saw it coming right near him. He's like, hey, let's take a chance. Found the sidelines. Up it he went, and big field position here for Elkhart.
So Elkhart really has a chance to drive a nail home here with 3:32 to go here in the third quarter, already leading 21-0.
Reminder, our third quarter is sponsored by Southwind Flooring and Shipshewana.
Micah Jarrell with 2 rushing touchdowns and 1 throwing touchdown tonight. And Jarrell has the ball again, trying to get away from defenders, and the big quarterback finally brought down at the 20-yard line after a pickup of 1.
Big body to try to bring down, 6'4", 220. Got some wheels as well.
Jarrell transferring over from Northwood during the offseason. He's been a leader on this team. He was named a captain before the season, which seems interesting for a young man that transferred over, but he obviously showed that he had the respect of his coaches and teammates immediately. 2nd and 9. And it's Alfonso Newbern with the carry this time, and Newbern riding behind that offensive line. Takes it up to the 14-yard line for a pickup of 6. He's had a nice night. 9 carries, 80 yards.
Again, Elkhart going with that no huddle, hurrying to the line, getting the play called.
It'll be 3rd down and 3 for Elkhart. Newbern takes a sloppy handoff in the backfield and couldn't get the corner turned. And we have a late flag come in the secondary as Leighton Przyzbandowski was able to make the tackle for Adams, but let's see what the flag is all about here. Looked like Tayshawn Bardo and an Adams defensive back were tangled up back in the secondary.
Yeah, it looked like they were jawing a little bit. Looked like they're actually going to call holding on Bardo, offensive holding.
Well, that would be a penalty that would certainly move Elkhart out of any kind of field goal range here. But the last time this happened to the Lions, they had a 25-yard touchdown run from Micah Gerald. So we'll see what happens here with the ball spotted at the 24 on 3rd down and 13. Gerald from the pistol. And he's looking to his left. Has Newbern open in the flat, didn't see him, and now he's going to go down. Przyzbandowski gets in there to help get the sack for Adams back at the 27-yard line. It's a loss of 3 on the play.
Portage Township trustee Jason Critchlow and his office are committed to helping individuals and families facing moments of crisis in our community. Learn more at portage-township.com or stop by their office located at 340 Columbia Street in downtown South Bend, just behind the post office. Go Eagles.
Penn still leading St. Joe 24-6 in the 3rd. Riley now with a 19-17 lead on the Marion. That's in the 4th quarter. On 4th down, Gerald looks to throw. And he's on the run. A flag comes in, and it's incomplete. But I think this is going to be another holding call on Elkhart, and it'll be declined as Adams has held on downs.
Great job by Adams holding on their defensive end here after a big return. Ball just kind of moved back and forth there a little bit for Elkhart. Big return by Willis on that punt return, and they couldn't do anything with it.
So we have 1:11 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Elkhart still comfortably in front 21-0. Adams really has not been able to threaten to score tonight. They've had some problems in the passing game, and we'll see if Caden Keene and the Eagles can get something going here on this possession. Carson Bryce remains in the backfield. He's had 57 yards on 13 carries tonight. And it's Bryce on the handoff and
Jones.
read well again by Cross Jones. They cannot stop him right now.
Wow, what pressure he got, how quick he was off the ball, up the field. Here you can see on the OSMC replay, just there was no place Bryce was going on that.
I got a pretty good idea of a guy that Anj might be talking to,
Yeah.
Reliance Player of the Game feature tonight.
This defense has definitely been the heart and soul of this team tonight, and Jones has been the leader of that defense.
It is 2nd and 13. Trayvon Curry likes to call his defense speed freaks, and boy, Jones has shown some speed on defense tonight. Keene in trouble. Down he goes. A sack for the Lions, as coming in to make the play in the backfield that time was Donnie Elam. His first sack of the season for the 3.3 GPA student.
So we call a coverage sack. Defense did a great job of covering the receivers down the field, gave time for the linemen to get around and then come back and make the sack.
And that's going to do it for 3 quarters of play from School Field in South Bend. The Elkhart Lions with a dominating defensive performance through the first 3 of this one. And they lead John Adams 21-0. You're watching high school football on Sports Michiana.
Your car carries precious cargo.
it needs to be dependable, rain or shine. Let Tom's Car Care Center in South Bend help take the stress out of your car's maintenance. We'll change your oil in 10 minutes, flush your transmission, replace your wiper blades, and much more. Oil changes include a half-price car wash when needed. Welcome to your extended family, Tom's Car Care Center.
Ready to be part of our winning team? The St. Joseph County Police Department is hiring, and we are looking for people of all ages who want to make a difference. With a starting salary of $52,000 plus full benefits, including medical, dental, vision, and vacation, you are in control of your future. So whether you're just entering the game or looking for a new position, now is the time to get off the sideline. Learn more today at sjcpd.org.
This edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you by the Lilliard Insurance Agency. They're real people with real service and real value. And we will have a real Patrick sideline report from Angelo after this third down play for Adams to start the fourth quarter. 3rd and 14 for the Eagles. Keene, the quarterback, fires and has his man as he gets it to his brother Caston Keene, who takes it up to the 32-yard line. It's a pickup of 9 on the play. Anja, Patrick's sideline report. What's impressed you in this one tonight?
Well, certainly Elkhart's defense has been very impressive. I've been impressed by the Adams defense, but Elkhart just has enough playmakers to make enough plays to get a couple scores here so far in this game. But Elkhart's defense is not allowing any of that to happen. They've been smothering all night long, and I think, the way they're playing right now, this gives them some hope that if their playmakers continue to make plays offensively, that maybe they can make some noise in 2 weeks' time.
Big 4th and 5 play here for Adams. They're going to go for it deep in their own territory. Caden Keene, the quarterback, steps up in the pocket and throws, and it's too high for his intended receiver, Lennox Benton. I think when Caden sees that one on film, he's going to say, I could have run for the first down.
Yeah, and not only that, he rushed that throw just a little bit. He could have hit Benton for that first down. He rushed it a little bit, threw it a little high. And that was almost a do-or-die situation there for Adams, especially if Elkhart scores here on this possession.
I give Frank Karszewski credit, though.
Oh, yeah.
He's not looking for moral victories here. He knows it's a W or an L on the scoreboard.
Yep, and they're going all out to try to get that W. They're not just working it and going ahead and punting it there. They're trying to still get that W.
The problem here, though, is Elkhart gets the ball at the Adams 32-yard line. Micah Jarrell has had a solid night at quarterback, 4 of 6 for 64 yards passing, and he has run for 31 yards. He'll hand it off to Alfonso Newbern, and Newbern scoots and jukes and makes it up to the 28-yard line for a pickup of 4. Excuse me, that was Dimitri Pulliam that time on the carry. Pulliam, with a gain of 4, now has 8 yards on the night.
Tire Rack loves tires. Since 1979, they've been helping drivers find the right tires. Tire Rack sells only the best brands, backed by their own test results, tire ratings, and consumer reviews. Tires ship fast and free to one of their over 10,000 recommended installers. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
Pulliam on the run that time gets up to the 21-yard line. That's good for a first down, sponsored by Hart City Health. And we have another injured player down on the field. It's another Adams player who's down with what looks like it could be a leg problem of some sort. So we'll take a timeout on the field. 10:27 to go in this one. 21-0 Elkhart on Sports Michiana.
Shopping for tires used to really ruffle my feathers. That was before I went to TireRack.com. TireRack made it easy to identify the right tires. No more searching high and low. I got the best deal. TireRack has thousands of recommended installers. I chose a mobile installer. They brought the tires to my neck of the woods and put them on, right here in my driveway.
You're all done.
Thank you. When it's time for new tires, trust the experts. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
My name is Chuck. I'm a member of Notre Dame Federal Credit Union. The flexibility of having a HELOC made it simple to add items as we were going through the process of updating our house. So we didn't have to do everything at once. We could do it a little at a time as things changed, which made it flexible for us to use builders when they had downtime and get better prices for them. So yeah, I would definitely recommend Notre Dame Federal Credit Union.
This edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week brought to you by Babsco, your trusted electrical distributor. 1st and 10 for Elkhart at the Adams 21. Leading 21-0. Dimitri Pulliam pulled down from behind after a pickup of 2 on the play. Good tackle that time for Adams as Malachi Dudley, who had that fumble recovery earlier in the game, comes up with a stop.
Interesting with Elkhart still going with that no-huddle offense. You'd think they would take a little bit more time off the clock in this series.
Now Gerald wants to throw, and under pressure, and he is wrapped up in the backfield. Another sack for Adams from Leighton Presbendowski, and Presbendowski has had another solid game on defense tonight.
Retta is a no-cost pregnancy clinic and family resource center serving all families in Elkhart County with medical care, licensed mental health counseling, and one-on-one and group mentoring. Meeting real needs with Christ's love. Together, we're building strong families and a stronger community. Visit Retta, that's R-E-T-A, forlife.com to learn more.
We've got an officials timeout with another injured player down on the field. It gives us a chance to remind you we've got more high school football next Friday night as we begin the Indiana High School Athletic Association sectional with a great game in 4A. Mishawaka goes on over to Andrews Field to take on Northwood. Our first look at Nate Andrews and the Panthers this year. We'll have the pregame for you at 6:45 and kickoff at 7 p.m. for the 4A sectional quarterfinal between Mishawaka and Northwood. Hope you'll join us next Friday and all through the tournament. Remember, all Sports Michiana games can only be found on the IHSA Champions Network during the tournament. That's the case for everybody.
Yep, during the tournament, the new IHSA rulings that everything has to be televised through the IHSA network, everything through them and goes through them. Of course, sectionals and regionals, I believe, are all free.
You don't pay for anything until you get to the semi-state. So the price is right, let's put it that way. Warsaw has opened up a 27-12 lead on Northridge as that game goes to the fourth quarter. And let's take a look while we have a moment here at the sectional pairings for the two teams. Let's start with Elkhart. They play in 6A, and they are in a sectional opposite of Penn. They're basically in a Fort Wayne sectional, and they'll have to open up with a Fort Wayne Carroll team. That record is really deceiving for Carroll. They came into the action tonight 5-3, but 2 of their losses have been to Hamilton Southeastern and Center Grove.
Yeah, 2 of the top teams in Indiana.
Meanwhile, Northrop hammered Snyder earlier in the year, and Northrop might be the favorite to come out of that bottom part of the bracket.
Snyder's had a few good years here the past couple of years, but Northwood looking to put together a little bit what you normally don't see with Snyder getting beat by the same team twice in the same season.
We'll take a look at Adams a little bit later, but right now it's 3rd and 11 from the Eagle 22. Micah Gerald looking to throw and puts it out in the flat and has his man. And that's the tight end, Jordan Kiner, who takes it all the way up to the 6-yard line. That's good for a Hart City Health first down.
Chips and Doodles is a family-owned and operated small batch local bakery. Their delicious cookies are baked in a commercial kitchen and made with real vanilla and butter. Oh, my goodness. Delivery is available, as is pickup, near downtown South Bend. Learn more at chipsanddoodles.com.
We've got a whistle and an unsportsmanlike conduct call made against Elkhart after the play. Boy, the penalties keep stacking up for Trayvon Curry's team. He talked about needing discipline on this team coming in, and those have come back to bite him. Kiner gets the first down here, and then that's what the unsportsmanlike conduct call was about.
Now, it was after the play, dead ball foul, so it's still going to be first down, but it's going to be first down in 21 to goal.
Yep, 1st and goal from the 21-yard line. Man in motion for Elkhart, and Gerald keeps it himself, going right up the middle of the field and finally brought down by Lamar Shaw as Gerald gets up to the 14-yard line for a pickup of 7.
The Elkhart Athletic Club is a nonprofit organization that supports Elkhart High School athletics and students. They organize an annual tailgate, sell spirit apparel, plan a trivia night, provide hospitality suites, award scholarships to seniors, and even sponsor streaming broadcasts like tonight's game. Go Lions from Elkhart Athletic Club.
It is 2nd and goal. And Gerald looking to the end zone. Now decides he's going to run it. Trying to dodge tacklers. Presbendowski stood him up. And the rest of the Eagles come over to knock him down at the 9. And another Eagle is down on the field cramping. That's Malachi Dudley back at the 20-yard line. Dudley gets up off the turf. And now we've got the Eagles getting back in the huddle here. So there will be no timeout taken. Dudley is able to get off the field. It is 3rd and goal for the 9 after 2 Micah Gerald runs.
Play clock's down to 3.
They just got it off. Here's Pulliam trying to turn the corner, and another flag comes in from behind the play, and Tommy Tyke signals to the sidelines. It's another hold.
Williams Family Chiropractic Clinic in Granger is a family-focused practice that treats newborns to professional athletes and everyone in between. They offer high-level chiropractic care, digital x-ray diagnostics, and non-surgical spinal decompression. Google Williams Family Chiropractic Clinic to learn more.
Elkhart's red zone offense has resembled a square dance tonight. They go forward, they go back. They do-si-do and swing their partner. Usually when they swing their partner, that's when they get called for the holding.
And that is usually when they get called for that penalty.
It is 3rd and goal for Elkhart from back at the 19-yard line.
I think the 2 biggest things we've seen this year with teams that are kind of right on the cusp, are they good or are they great, is penalties and turnovers. Eliminating those penalties, mental mistakes, and turnovers.
Adams is going to take a timeout to try to set its defense. It's sponsored by the South Bend Schools. We'll take a timeout, too. Back with more after this on Sports Michiana.
Finding private health insurance can be stressful. What if it didn't have to be? I'm Tony Letcher, licensed insurance agent. I prefer to personally meet with my clients so I can get a better understanding of your needs and budget. I can even review your current coverage. I don't want you to be my client today. I want you to be my client forever. Call Tony Ledger today to schedule your free consultation or visit tledger.com.
This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
And this edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week brought to you by Farrett Custom Roll Forming. We form value. 3rd down play for Elkhart here from the 19-yard line. The pass completed and taken down to the 5-yard line by the Lions as they got it forward that time and managed to complete the pass to Cohen Von Doren, who's the backup tight end.
Got back down to about the 6-7 yard line, about where they started this series on 1st down before that personal foul, but brings up 4th down. Looks like they're going to go for it here on 4th and goal.
4th and goal from the 8. Dimitri Pulliam is the running back to the right of Micah Gerald. Gerald has 2 rushing touchdowns already tonight. He has also thrown for 1. He's going to try to run for this one, and he lobs it towards the end zone, incomplete. And the Adams defense comes through with another hold down in the red zone.
Fantastic job again by Adams. 2 guys down again for the Eagles, back where the line of scrimmage was. Might have collided into each other.
And so with 2 Eagles down on the field, well, one of them just got up. That's Lamar Shaw. I just think he's exhausted going both ways tonight. But another Eagle remains down. While they look at him, let's look at Adams and what its tournament trail will look like in Class 5A. They're in a very bizarre sectional.
Yeah.
With Kokomo and Lafayette Jeff and McCutcheon. Now, Lafayette Jeff is by far the best team in that sectional, and Frank Karszewski said that before the game tonight. Kokomo is a team that's 2-6, but their quarterback threw for 5 touchdowns tonight, so that's going to be something that's going to have to be a concern for the Adams defense. But it's at home against a team that has to go a long way. Adams might have a chance of winning that game.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing. Kokomo has to drive an hour and a half to get up here to play this game at School Field, and I think the biggest thing is that travel distance. First game of sectional, and this is the sectional that the Adams is in with Lafayette, Jeff, McCutcheon, and Kokomo. Even if it was just Lafayette, Jeff, and Kokomo, I mean, that's a good travel distance as well that they have between them.
Yeah, all you want in that draw is home games.
Yeah.
That's all you care about. Are we at home? I don't care who I play. Just let me stay because the mileage is going to be something fierce.
Sports Michiana apparel is courtesy of our friends at It's Tops in Mishawaka. Clothes, office supplies, mugs. If you want to put your logo on it, odds are It's Tops can make it happen. Locally run since 1976, It's Tops can give you the personalized attention you deserve. Learn more at itstops.net.
So Adams takes over after holding Elkhart on downs back at the 7-yard line. It's 1st and 10 from there. Caden Keene, a quarterback, will pitch it to his running back Carson Bryce, and Bryce managed to find some room to run before he's subdued at the 15-yard line for a pickup of 8. Bryce now with 15 carries tonight for 62 yards, and every one of them's been hard-earned.
Those factoids and series history are brought to you by Trademark Irrigation. Call Trademark Irrigation for all your lawn sprinkler system needs, installation, service, or to get your winter blowout scheduled. Trademark Irrigation has been serving Michiana since 1999. Visit trademarkirrigation.com to learn more.
Halftime score in the NIC, New Prairie leading South Bend, Washington 31-19 at Amzie Miller Field. Here's Keene running for his life and decides to tuck it under and takes a lick, but gets up to the 21-yard line. That's good enough for a first down, sponsored by John Adams High School.
Keene, just a sophomore, 6'1", 175. Nice size for a sophomore out there, and runs the offense pretty well.
What would you like to see him work on in the offseason?
I think he makes decisions too quickly, as in whether he's going to run or pass, specifically run. He doesn't look down the field, and he moves away from receivers really quick, and he doesn't find the receivers down the field quick enough.
But that's something that he can work on.
Yeah, that's going to take experience in game situation. Wow!
Jeffrey Seitz wishes that play didn't get called because Cross Jones had him in his sights that time.
Wow, we talked about Cross Jones most of this night tonight. Blows by 2 guys.
My goodness.
Wow. I believe Anj is going to be talking to Mr. Jones tonight.
You're ready to make that call?
I'm ready to make the call on that hit.
Enough precincts are in?
Wow.
2nd down and 14.
Talk about somebody that plays lights out. That's how you play defense, boys. Watching at home, Cross Jones just exploding in there. Late in the 4th quarter, up by 21. He's still playing.
Carson Bryce wondering why they pitched the ball to him on that play. Go ahead, Anj.
A reminder, those 2 young men used to be cheering on the sidelines for Adams back in the day. Of course, Jeffrey Seitz, who took that hit, would be the son of the principal here at Adams, and then Cross Jones' dad, Antoine Jones, who's DC at Elkhart, was the former head coach. So those 2 used to run around on the sidelines here, and, well, Cross reintroduced himself, didn't he?
Meanwhile, we've got a helmet-to-helmet call against Elkhart on the tackle, and that's going to bring another 15 yards and a first down, sponsored by John Adams High School, as Adams gets the ball up to the 35-yard line. Yeah, Antoine Jones used to be the head coach here at Adams. As Anj said, he's now the defensive coordinator over at Elkhart. And, oh, yes, by the way, Antoine played football for the University of Notre Dame, and so Cross Jones, not only some good genes, but some good football knowledge being passed along, and it shows.
Well, yeah, I mean, you can look at the talent that this Elkhart team has. They have a few D1 players out there. As we talked about, their confidence level is there at times as ref gets knocked down there.
That is not what you want to have happening out here. Chuck Pointer taking the blow on that one after a pickup of 11. Chuck is not one of the 83-year-olds out here on the crew, and if he keeps that up, he's not going to make it to 83. Meanwhile, the Keene brothers, Caden and Caston, combining on that one for a first down sponsored by John Adams High School. 1st and 10 from the 46 with 4:06 to go. Clay Kimbrough in motion, and they give it to him on the jet sweep. And Kimbrough able to get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it.
Hope we have a OSMC replay of that play right there, because that's just a great example of Cross Jones not being part of the play, as in the tackle or anything, but he broke that play up because of his pressure coming up the field, taking on 2 defenders and turning that play inside. Here you can see him right on the left-hand side.
Well, you're not going to get to see him.
That's all right.
In the meantime, we've got another injured player. Let's bring it up here to the booth for McKinnis Realty Around the Area scoreboard as we bring you inside the Notre Dame Federal Credit Union broadcast booth. 38-6 now. Penn with the lead on St. Joe. 5:47 to go. I think enough precincts are in. We can say that's NIC title number 39 for the Kings.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing was St. Joe has been dealing with some injuries late in the season. We saw that a couple weeks ago when we were there doing the Riley game. And it was one of those things where coming into this game, Penn was pretty heavily favored in this game because of those injuries in particular to their offense. So I think we're not really surprised with that. But St. Joe's going to bounce back from this. Penn's a really good team, and we're going to find out maybe in a few weeks how good they are.
Penn is in a sectional with Crown Point. Those are 2 of the top 5 teams in Class 6A. That's going to be a fascinating matchup if those 2 get to play at Freed Field. Also, congratulations to the Rochester Zebras. They win the Three Rivers Conference title tonight. They beat Maconaquah 48-6. So what a job by Ron Schaefer's team picking up a conference title there. Also a final tonight. Caston has defeated Winnemac by a count of 35-13. So the players
it's a great win for Rochester. Great win, Chuck.
It is. 3:39 to go. And a pass to Jeffrey Seitz out in the flat. And Seitz is thrown down by his fellow ball boy Cross Jones at the midfield stripe.
The 13-7 Foundation honors former Jimtown football player Deacon Dillenbeck, who died tragically in 2024 at the young age of 19. Deacon loved the vocational trades, and the 13-7 Foundation awards scholarships for those looking to enter the trades. Search 13-7 Foundation on Facebook for more information on how you can help support.
So it is 3rd and 6 from the midfield stripe. And Keene in trouble, now decides to scramble, and he got bulldogged down at about 2 yards short of the first down marker. Great tackle that time for Elkhart by Darian Bew, who's in the game playing some defense right now. Bew wears number 3 in the transfer from Northwood with the tackle there to set up a 4th and a little more than 1. Keene now in positive yardage for the night, despite the sacks that he's taken. He's carried the ball 13 times. Frank Karszewski wants to take a timeout. Why don't we do the same? 2:21 left to go in this one. Elkhart comfortably ahead 21-0 on Sports Michiana.
Medicare plans can be confusing, but they don't have to be. I'm Tony Letcher, licensed insurance agent. I can help you compare your options because I'm appointed with many nationally recognized carriers. With my help, you can find the coverage that fits your needs and budget. I don't want you to be my client today. I want you to be my client forever. Call Tony Letcher today to schedule your free consultation or visit tletcher.com.
My name is Chuck. I'm a member of Notre Dame Federal Credit Union. The flexibility of having a HELOC made it simple to add items as we were going through the process of updating our house. So we didn't have to do everything at once. We could do it a little at a time as things changed, which made it flexible for us to use builders when they had downtime and get better prices for them. So yeah, I would definitely recommend Notre Dame Federal Credit Union.
Back to live action at School Field where Elkhart leads Adams 21-0. Nice leaping catch by Jeffrey Seitz. Gets another first down for Adams, sponsored by John Adams High School. As Seitz goes out of bounds at the Elkhart 39.
Seitz went to the height for that one. He had to go up, get that one above the rim. Great job of bringing that pass in. Keene threw it just a little high and a little hard for such a short pass, but a big first down pickup for Adams. See if they can get into the end zone here late in the fourth quarter.
Riley gets a win tonight over Marion by a count of 25-17 over Jackson Field. Caden Keene rolling to his right. Jump pass, throws, and completes it up to the 27-yard line for another first down. This one goes to Wallen for the completion, and the first down sponsored by John Adams High School. So Jacob Wallen on the catch, his first reception of the night. Keene starting to get into rhythm a little bit, it seems.
Yeah, it seems like his receivers are running better routes, and he's looking down the field a little bit better.
Empty backfield here with 1:36 to go. Keene decides he's going to, a little jump pass there, completed. That was quite the wild delivery as he went to his brother Caston Keene. Pretty much a backyard play right there.
Yeah, I mean, as he rolled out there, you can see as he comes through here, you can see him come out. Instead of setting up, he just decides to come up towards the defenders there instead of sitting back in the pocket. And at the last moment, he saw his brother there and probably done that 100 times in the backyard.
2nd and 4.
No defenders there, of course, just running up and
you never know.
Make believe.
They might have some other siblings. Caden Keene steps inside, tries to run for the first down. He's brought down at the line of scrimmage, and the clock will continue to tick as we go under 45 seconds to go in this one. Elkhart trying to preserve its shutout. Elliott Sanders had the tackle there. This might be the last chance for the Eagles here as you see the clock on the TireRack.com scoreboard go under 30 seconds. Caden Keene. Back to pass. Throws it for the end zone. It's dropped out there by Wallen. It hit him in the hands and he couldn't hang on.
Bring out the glue. Put the hands in the glue. Stick them in there.
My goodness.
Wow, wide open. Keene, really nice pass.
He hit him right in the hands.
Almost like what you call gator arms. Almost like he thought a hit was coming.
And Cole Bell was coming.
Was right there. But, wow, both hands on the ball. You got to pull that in.
So it'll be 4th down and the shutout on the line with 14.7 seconds left. And Adams has it 4th and 5 at the 21-yard line.
Keene missed a pass earlier in the first half where if he would have saw the receiver Benton open down the field, it would have been a touchdown. Instead, they get stopped on the very next play for turnovers on downs. Here, another play. You make those two plays, I mean, that's a 14-point. That's 21-14 now. I mean, that's a different ball game, especially in the first half because they were down 13-0 at that time. That would have made it 13-7.
So Adams will get one more crack at it here, trying to get on the scoreboard. Elkhart to go to 6-3 entering the tournament. And while certainly the Lions have a lot of work to do in terms of shooting themselves in the foot and hurting themselves, the one thing they do know is they have a pretty solid defense to work with.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing is their defense has really been solid for most of the year and better part of it. Offense, man, do they have playmakers, but they just need to put it all together.
And that's something that has eluded them throughout the season. So here we go on a 4th and 5. Caden Keene with 14.7 seconds left. They're going to pitch to Kimbrough and ask him to throw it, and Kimbrough lobs it high to the end zone, and it's incomplete. So Clay Kimbrough was trying to do some trickery there and find Jeffrey Seitz in the end zone, but the pass falls incomplete, and the Elkhart Lions will get a goose egg here tonight against the Adams Eagles. Also, it's finally a final over at Father Bly Field. Penn has won the NIC championship with a 38-6 triumph over St. Joe. And the Kingsmen run the table in the regular season and get ready to go into the 6A tournament. They'll open up with winless Portage in 2 weeks and a likely showdown with Crown Point coming up in 3 weeks.
Which the good thing is for Penn is essentially that's almost 2 weeks of recovery at that point.
A.J. Ramirez takes the final snap for Elkhart, and this one belongs to the Lions. The final score at School Field in South Bend tonight. Elkhart down South Bend John Adams by a count of 21-0. We've got a lot to talk about on our Ferret Custom Roll Forming postgame show, and it comes your way next on the Sports Michiana Game of the Week.
With Surf Fiber Internet, you'll catch all the big plays as they happen. The winning goal, the last-second three-pointer, the walk-off home run, the touchdown that changes everything. You'll see them all. No lag, no throttling, no buffering, no missed highlights. Just blazing fast streaming from start to finish. Whatever sport you love to watch, Surf keeps you connected. Surf Internet, built for game day and every day. Score big today with fiber internet plans starting at just $30 a month, including free Wi-Fi, free installation, all-in pricing, and price lock for life.
And this edition of the Sports Michiana High School Game of the Week is being brought to you by Babsco, your trusted electrical distributor. 21-0 lead and a final score for the Elkhart Lions as they defeated John Adams tonight here at School Field. Elkhart finishes the regular season with a record of 6-3. Adams falls to 4-5 on the year. It's time to begin our Ferret Custom Roll Forming pregame or postgame show. And let's go down to the field as Angelo Di Carlo has our Reliance player of the game. It's Cross Jones.
All right, Chuck, thank you very much here with Cross Jones. Cross, great night for your defense here tonight. What was clicking for you guys on the defensive side of the ball?
I think we had a great night. Everybody pursued, came downhill, and everybody finished on the ball. Everybody was hustling.
What's it like when you can put a big hit on somebody? And one of them was on one of the guys you knew quite a bit in Jeffrey Seitz.
Yeah, man, it feels great. It gets my blood pumping, man. It feels great.
How big was tonight in terms of getting a second straight win, getting some momentum, because you guys are off next week before you play in sectionals in 2 weeks' time?
I think it's good. It's going to keep our momentum up, ready for Carroll, and just keep us motivated to go beat Carroll.
Obviously, that's a huge game. You know it's a tough opponent. What do you guys got to do to be ready for that one?
We got to come to practice locked in mentally and physically. In school, be locked in, and just we got to practice 110% every day.
This season maybe hasn't gone quite as well as you guys would have thought, but what do you like about your group as you head into the postseason?
I like when we win, we all win together. When we lose, we all lose together. Everybody's like a family. We have a great bond, and we're always pushing each other to be better than the next.
Cross, thank you very much. Congratulations on a great night. Cross Jones, our Reliance player of the game, back upstairs to you guys.
All right, thank you very much, Angelo. Now it's time to look at our Big C Lumber play of the game, and it happened in the second quarter. Micah Gerald had a couple of touchdown runs tonight, but it's this touchdown pass to Tayshawn Bardo that kind of broke this one open.
Yeah, it was a nice little pass over the top. It was the first time Bardo was able to get behind the defense, and Gerald was able to find him just like that, and it was a big spark for this Elkhart team.
Tayshawn Bardo, a big-time player, makes a big-time Big C Lumber play of the game with the help of his quarterback, Micah Gerald. 2 rushing touchdowns for Gerald tonight, 1 passing touchdown. What stood out to you about his game?
He's big, he's physical, he fits the part. Eye test, he passes it.
Very much so, and we'll see if Elkhart can pass the big test that they have facing Carroll in that sectional. Obviously, we haven't seen Carroll play this year, but the Sagarin ratings would tell you that they are the favorite in that sectional. To me, for Elkhart, it's about eliminating the mistakes that they make against themselves.
Well, we talked about it before the game and just really coming together. They've had games where they played complete games, their defense seems to play complete games all the time. It's their offense that hasn't played complete games all the time. They have to come together and play a complete game. Tonight they had some hiccups here and there. They had some mental mistakes, and when I talk about mental mistakes, those penalties that they cannot afford to have.
And for the John Adams Eagles, I think it's important for these next 2 weeks, first of all, get healthy.
Yeah.
They got to heal up a lot of bumps and bruises on this team. But the second thing is find something that you can be confident in on offense.
Yeah, I mean, they run a lot of different sets. They run 5 wide. They run a powerhouse backfield as well. So they mix some things up, which is good. It's going to make other teams really prepare for you. But the thing is, you got to really hone on to those plays that really work for you and find the guys down the field, and those guys have to catch the ball as well.
Well, it's a win for Elkhart tonight, 21-0 over John Adams. Our thanks to our terrific Sports Michiana and Michiana video crew who helped bring you this one, led by the G-Man, Gary Martin, in the truck, along with Chris Skibby and Duran Gray. And, of course, I've got the privilege of working with these two guys up in the booth, Bo Hundt and Angelo Di Carlo, and our terrific camera guys tonight as well. We had Matt Kowalski working out there, along with Ryan Fitzpatrick and TJ Freeby behind the lenses. A reminder that we have the Notre Dame Federal Credit Union Irish Football Fix coming your way on Monday night at 7. Anj and I will break down the game against USC and have a Focus on Faith interview for you that airs on Pulse FM in South Bend, 92.1, 96.9, 103.1. That's also the place to catch the Tire Rack Drive to the game next Friday night as we get you ready for the final week of the regular season in Michigan and the opening week of the IHSA tournament. And then at 6:45 next Friday night, we'll take you to Andrews Field on Sports Michiana and join you on the IHSA Champions Network for Mishawaka and Northwood in the 4A sectional quarterfinal. Kickoff for that one at 7 p.m., and we do hope you'll join us then. Now, once again, from our broadcast partners, the Hall of Famer Bo Hundt and Angelo Di Carlo, it's Chuck Freeby. Once again, the final. Elkhart triumphs over John Adams, 21-0. The preceding has been a presentation of Sports Michiana. So long from South Bend. The Sports Michiana High School Game of the Week is brought to you by Tony Letcher Health Markets, Tire Rack, Notre Dame Federal Credit Union, Big C Lumber, Barrett Custom Roll Forming, McInnes Realty, Patrick, Reliance, the Lulliard Insurance Agency, the St. Joseph County Police Department, Babsco, Tom's Car Care Center, and these great sponsors.